somebody forgot to tell President Donald Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the Conservative Circus with James T. Harris.
Winning, and more winning. Remember when Donald Trump used to joke that we're going to win so much we're going to get tired of winning? I believe he's right about that.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. It's too much winning. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there.
President Trump, I tell you what, he never stops working. Back in the day, I used to say that he was a plate spinner. So many plates spinning at the same time, it's mind-boggling. Look at what's going on right now when it comes to elections. The Supreme Court just handed President Trump another victory, allowing his administration for now to move ahead with key portions of his executive order tightening the rules surrounding mail-in voting ahead of the November midterms. Now, of course, the legal fight is not finished, but the immediate victory belongs to Trump. Will it change anything? In some states, yes. In other states, no. Like Arizona, probably not. But this is what we call baby steps. And here's where it gets interesting. For years, Democrats told us mail-in voting was practically sacred. Question it, and you're attacking democracy. Try to tighten it, and you're suppressing voters. President Trump didn't buy it. I've never bought it. But you know what? President Trump was the first president to say, okay, hold on now. He started pushing forward on it. They sued, and today the Supreme Court cleared another obstacle from his path. My friends, that is a win. Then there's immigration. The State Department says it has already revoked more than 175,000 visas under President Trump, primarily involving foreign nationals accused of convicted crimes or other violations. And now the administration is preparing what could become the largest single mass visa revocation, in American history. I mean, revoking their visas. And that could potentially affect as many as another 200,000 foreign nationals. Foreign nationals who entered on business or tourist visas and then stayed. For decades, Washington treated entry into the United States as though America had an obligation to everybody who wanted to come here. It's really eerie. You talk to liberals, mostly liberal women. Of course, yes, everybody should be able to come here. Everybody. There's videos going around of in Europe when the invasion happened in Spain and all these Moroccans were pouring across, and there's women, holding up their phone, waving the illegals in. Come on in. You're welcome to be here. President Trump, well, his position is considerably more simple. A visa is a privilege. America gets to decide who comes into America. Well, why is that such a hard concept? Is it because of white guilt? Is it because we've done so well? We're so privileged. We've done so well in America. I feel so bad. Everybody should have what we have. While we're talking immigration, somebody else might want to check in on Congressman Ilhan Omar. Did you hear about this? ICE refused a request for records concerning allegations of immigration fraud involving Omar, citing a federal exemption protection information connection to ongoing enforcement proceedings. Now, That does not prove that allegations against Omar and ICE have publicly laid out exactly what those proceedings entail. But I think it raises a question that Democrats didn't expect to be answering heading into the midterms. What exactly is ICE investigating? Could this be the long promise of the Trump administration coming true? Are they looking into Ilhan Omar's legal status? There's more. President Trump's going after another sacred cow in D.C., the H-1B visas. His administration is proposing to make a permanent fee of more than $100,000 for new H-1B visas. H-1B visas is how a lot of folks from India have gotten into this country.
Thank you for calling AT&T. My name is Bob.
Is that what you think of when you hear H-1B visas?
Well, that and tech support and, computer engineers and programmers. Just ask Silicon Valley. Ask anybody that, believed the myth that the way to prosperity was to go get a 4-year degree and tack on 2 more in computer sciences, and you'll make $200,000 a year plus in Silicon Valley. Oh, wait. No, we can just import labor at about 1/3 of the cost from India and welcome all of their family over.
We have big tech. We've been companies that have taken advantage of that, at the Americans' expense. You're absolutely right about that. And for a while, they were saying, even the left was saying, if you want to get serious, you have to look at the at these visas and yada yada. President Trump is doing now. Here's my point: the agenda is moving forward, even though we have all the noise out there. The noise is turning out to be distractions. The media is distracted. The Democrat Party is distracted. I would even say Republicans are distracted. President Trump is spinning plates. And all of this is happening with the midterm elections bearing down on us. And I think that's where Democrats should really start sweating, because Trump isn't walking into these midterms empty-handed. MAGA Inc. reportedly has $404 million. $404 million cash on hand. And the RNC reportedly has another $130 million. They got $500 million. And Trump says he's prepared to spend heavily to help Republicans hold Congress. Meanwhile, how much cash on hand do the Democrats have?
About $350.
About $350? Yeah. They're carrying massive debt because of the last presidential campaign. I think that Kamala Harris still owes the DNC about $18 million, doesn't she?
Yeah, but that's kind of like the national debt. It doesn't really get addressed, does it? I mean, or dealt with.
It doesn't get dealt with.
We just kick that can down the road.
That's what they're trying to do. They're kicking the can down the road. They're using the media. They're using everything that's at their disposal, of course, because they can. But is it all just smoke and mirrors? And what does the president's executive order mean for the great state of Arizona? How are the Democrats responding to this? We'll talk about that.
I got one guess.
What's that?
3 letters, starts with S, ends in oo. They'll sue.
I was looking for an explicit. Okay, that'll work.
Yeah.
We're gonna sue. Yeah, we'll hear from our Democrats, my friends.
I've got a pantsuit and I'm not afraid to use it.
How did you know?
Because I saw the video.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
A.G. Mays coming up next. When your joints hurt every day and you've been told you need surgery, it could feel like there's only one option. But do your homework, my friends. Remember, once a joint is replaced, there is no going back. Now, whether you are dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis or torn meniscus or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should be having. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to help deliver relief to patients right here in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. They concentrate your body's own healing factors right where the pain is coming from. The whole idea is to give you a real chance to hold off on surgery or in some cases avoid it altogether. That's why it makes sense to explore every option before making a decision that could change your life. Don't just accept surgery is your only choice. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion. The consultation is absolutely free with clinics in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-PAIN.
From the Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
Dealing with the closure of the Loop 101 in the West Valley. It's southbound 101 between Bell Road and Thunderbird. Very serious collision here. Seeing heavy delays stretching back to the 75th Avenue exit. Also in the East Valley, the 101 northbound at Thomas, you've got a wreck off right. And watch for crash activity on 7th Street, just south of Roosevelt. If you have a traffic tip, call 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Precision Air and Plumbing.
Hello, everybody. I'm Eric Bryan. At Precision Air and Plumbing, we're celebrating America's 250th The Precision Way with $2,500 off the new AC unit, 0% financing for 60 months, and the Valley's only 10-year workmanship warranty. Make the precision decision today.
Glenn Beck, time check. We are in critical times. Take some time to listen. I'll show you what's going on
Tonight at 7.
Have no fear, but do have information.
550 KFYI on the free iHeartRadio app.
When it comes to supplements, two things matter most. A, that it works, and that you can trust it. Rather than just tell you about Relief Factor, we'll let our audience do that. We hear from people every single day whose lives have changed, and I want you to hear a few of their stories. Doug took Relief Factor for nearly a year before convincing his wife, a special needs teacher, to try it. She had been using assistance just to move through the long hallways at school. Now she's back on her feet every day and never had to leave the job that she loves. I remember when buttoning my shirt was almost impossible, but Relief Factor changed how I'm able to do it and the simple things again. And they make it really easy now for you to find out if you can be the next person that's telling us about Relief Factor and how it gave you your life back. 3 weeks, $17.76. Try it. ReliefFactor.com, 800-4RELIEF. You'll connect with their friendly local team, and they'll do everything they can to help. We hope you soon will be sharing your story with us as well. ReliefFactor.com.
Looking for a gift that'll melt their heart? Head to SmileTunes.com and create a custom song made just for your special someone. Every lyric tells your story. Every note comes from the heart. Visit SmileTunes.com and start your song today.
See if you qualify for home programs that cover all or part of your down payment. Go to LundMortgage.com.
The Mazda More to Move You sales event is going on now at Mark Mazda in Scottsdale.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If you have great credit but still in a traditional mortgage, then you will most likely spend 25 years longer in debt than you have to. Learn about the Life Changer loan where you can do your banking inside of your mortgage, where the average client pays off their home in just 5 years and saves over $250,000 in interest and keeps 24/7 access to their equity. The future of banking and mortgages here. It's not magic. It's just math. So learn more at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Personal mortgage broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775, Life Changer Loan Corp. An equal housing lender.
Arizona summers are no joke. Triple-digit temperatures in monsoon season put your air conditioner through the ultimate test. When your AC needs help, trust the experts at Parker & Sons. Their trust-certified technicians are available 24/7 for repairs, maintenance, and new system installations to keep your home cool and comfortable all season long. Visit parkerandsons.com today or call 602-2REPAIR to schedule your service. That's parkerandsons.com or 602-2REPAIR.
You don't pay for iHeartRadio. Our advertisers do. That's why it's always been and always will be 100% free. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
Gold has hit near record highs, and many Americans are discovering they can move part of their existing IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver without paying taxes or penalties. It's called a rollover, and Golden Crest Metals helps investors do it every day. No cash out, no complicated paperwork, no hassle. Golden Crest is a nationally recognized precious metals firm seen on Fox Business and CNBC with an A- BBB rating and 5-star reviews. Plus, right now, receive up to $25,000 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. Call 888-447-7857 now. That's 888-447-7857. Call 888-447-7857. Not a financial advisor. Precious metals involve risk. Free silver offer is a 10% bonus in silver on qualifying purchases of premium mintage coins. $10,000 minimum purchase required. Bonus silver capped at $25,000 and credited to customer account. See goldencrestmetals.com for full terms.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com.
49ers owner Jed York has been arrested in a prostitution case. York facing misdemeanor charges in Ohio after allegedly responding to an undercover ad. The Browns have named Deshaun Watson their starting quarterback over Shedeur Sanders. Watson then apologized for remarks he made Saturday, ripping Browns fans for booing him. And the baseball action last night included a 3-home run game for the Mariners' Cal Raleigh in their win over the Phillies. I'm Matt McCoy.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
The countdown to the new NFL season is on.
And now, all 32 in-market local teams can be heard on the free iHeartRadio app.
He's in! That's a jet touchdown!
Just open the app and search your favorite team.
Plus, Fox Sports Radio breaks it all down.
As we get closer to week 1. It's crazy, and it's fun.
Join the conversation and stay locked in. Live, local games with you all season long.
Download the iHeartRadio app.
Search NFL and press play.
Hey, it's Garrett Lewis. You have to hear an Arizona County attorney defend a female hospital patient getting sexually abused. I start today at 4 on KFYI.
You are listening to the Conservative Circus, 550 KFYI, 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app.
A little bit of a programming note early this morning. If you are following the saga of the WNBA and their anti-trans stance against Royce White and the very courageous trans activist Enos Cantor Freedom, you're going to want to tune in today at noon Arizona time, because Clay and Buck are going to talk to trans sports revolutionary Enos Cantor Freedom about his ongoing fight with the WNBA.
Do you think this is a hill that the WNBA is willing to die on?
Yes.
Well, then,
they are agenda driven.
We're going to watch the end of the WNBA. I believe that. We're going to talk about that as well. That is a real mess over there. Right now, the president had some wins yesterday with the Supreme Court. And they handed the president another victory, allowing his administration for now to move ahead with key portions of his executive order, tightening the rules surrounding mail-in ballots. Now, mail-in ballots have been a thing here in the great state of Arizona since the 1990s. And it seems that, it was bipartisan. We have both Republicans and Democrats' fingerprints all over this. I remember, I've always despised mail-in ballots when I first moved to the great state of Arizona. I'm like, wait, but they're doing what? They were already 10 years in, telling me that, no, this is safe. It's a safe. They weren't saying safe and effective like the virus. They were saying it was safe and secure, right? Now, we've seen how the mail-in ballots can be abused. They were abused, I believe, in the 2020. I mean, it was an overdrive. But I think the abuse, has been going on for years. And I think that, quite frankly, Arizona is sort of like a petri dish, a testing ground. We were one of the first states out of the box with this. So there are protections here against the president's possible maneuvers, against executive orders. And my goodness, my gracious, right after the news came out, who was one of the first ones to jump to the microphone? Miss Pantsuit herself, Attorney General Chris Mays.
Hey, everybody, it's Chris Mays here. Breaking news.
Hold on,
we
stop
just
for a
got
second. Does it sound like she's drunk?
Well, she's certainly not full of much enthusiasm. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. It's Chris Mays here. Breaking news. Pablo, from the top, please. Breaking news from Chris Mays.
Hey, everybody, it's Chris Mays here. Breaking news. We just got a decision from the Supreme Court on our vote by mail case. And I want you to know we are going to continue to fight
Which means you lost.
that. And we'll have some news very, very soon. And we'll make sure that in Arizona you have the right to vote by mail. My opponent is an election denier. This is a guy who said he wanted to
a good pivot. You know what? Pause her for a minute. I'm going to give her
that was a good transition.
A golf clap.
That was pretty good.
For taking what the Supreme Court did with Donald Trump and turning it into campaign rhetoric against her opponent, who happens to be Warren Peterson.
Right.
Who we talked to yesterday.
Right.
So did Garrett, by the way.
Pivot. Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is interesting because, they've got some history. Yeah, Garrett and Warren.
I don't know anything about that.
Oh, well, Just shows that we talk to everybody,
Chris Mays.
So it's never been more important to support candidates up and down the ballot who support your right to vote by mail in our democracy.
I hate the right to vote. Our right to vote by mail. I would like to bristle against this, but you know what? We did have the Arizona legislature that they're responsible for that. The mail-in ballot. It started out slowly. It started out as absentee ballot, and then it's just expanded from there. So now it's full-blown. Open to all kinds of fraud. No chain of custody. We know the drill. We also had the Secretary of State, Adrian Fontes, weigh in on the Supreme Court decision.
Hey, folks, Adrian Fontes, Arizona Secretary of State. New Supreme Court ruling today, August 24th. Lots of people asking. I'll give you the long and short. The short answer is this. Nothing at all changes. We will continue to vote by mail in Arizona. And let me tell you why.
Hold on. He's right. He's right. To the best of my knowledge, nothing will change here. We'll continue to vote by mail in Arizona. Look at how enthusiastic they are, with the mail-in ballot. I'm telling you, the mail-in ballot is the bane of civilization. We're one of the only countries that do this stupid stuff. And why do we do it? Because it gives the parties more control. Parties, plural, more control. The Democrat Party more than the Republican Party. But it's about control. Once you break the chain of custody, you can find all different kind of ways to stuff the ballot, for lack of a better term, and manipulate the results.
Get the results
that you want,
desire.
like in California. I'm sorry.
Everybody they send out ballots like it's a Val pack.
You get a ballot. You get 3 ballots. You get 4 ballots. Adrian Fontes.
While this rule acknowledges the new United States Postal Service rules that came from the executive order, and so on and so forth, and says they should go forward, the rules themselves say if there's an injunction against them, that they don't go forward. And guess what? There is an injunction in the League of Women Voters case. So we've got sort of a stop and start going on here. The rules themselves are saying don't go forward. So
so you know what? I can't argue with them. It is kind of, I don't want to say convoluted, but it's baby steps. I think it's baby steps in the right direction. And I also believe that, Arizona may be one of the last dominoes to fall because, like I said, we started this madness in the 1990s. Maybe it was a good idea. They thought it was a good idea at the time. But just like everything, when the Democrats get a hold of it, it turns to excrement.
I just wish they would fight for school choice with the same vigor and fervor that they would fight for mail-in balloting.
And it's a very, very good point. Coming up next, El Said. I think El Said may have ended his Senate run last night.
People are asking to see my.
What are you about to say? What are you doing? You pulling up trying to show me your armpit?
No, they just want to see my Grateful Dead tattoo.
It's
a conversation happening on the YouTube channel. I am a man of the people, James, and I aim to please.
Well, are you going to show them your Culture Club tattoo that's on your right butt cheek?
That's you. That's
no. I have George Michael on my wham. I have Wham.
Well, he is your father figure.
Yes, exactly. Stay tuned, my friends.
You know what's weird? Well, I mean, other than showing your Grateful Dead tattoo on the YouTube channel, wasting all day exchanging messages with people, hoping they show up to give you what you want for the car you're trying to sell. Instead, you could have just gone to givemethevin.com, where after plugging in your VIN, answering a few short questions, minutes later, you will get a real offer from givemethevin.com that will beat CarMax or Carvana, or they'll give you $100. They make the process fast, easy, hassle-free, and they want to buy your car, whether it's a truck, a daily driver, a sedan, a sports car, a high-end exotic. They want it. Start your car selling process at givemethevin.com, and you will see very quickly why they are America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
The man wanted in connection to the murder of a Tucson police recruit is under arrest. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says 33-year-old Alex Barnett was taken into custody last night following a barricade situation at an apartment complex in Tucson near Camino Seco and Broadway. 2 Phoenix police officers accused of a violent traffic stop are out on bond. Luis Vasquez Jr. and Antonio Felix were released from custody following their arrest for the traffic stop on August 5th. A couple accused the pair of beating and tasing them during the incident and not wearing typical police uniforms. Both officers have also been fired. Crew members aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln look to be headed to Thailand before returning to San Diego. The ship will reportedly arrive with a port call in early September for an expected 3-day visit. The crew expected a 6-month deployment, but the aircraft carrier has since been at sea for more than 270 days. The U.S. and Canada are spiraling deep into a trade war. President Trump says tariffs on imports of cars, trucks, and auto parts from Canada will increase to 50% starting January 1st, 2027, after talks between the two countries broke down. Meanwhile, Canada announced retaliatory tariffs on some U.S. goods starting September 8th. And now let's check your traffic.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
There's a closure in the West Valley. The Loop 101 headed southbound shut down for you between Bell Road and Thunderbird due to a serious collision in the area. Heavy delays stretching back to 75th Avenue. Best to avoid that area if you can. Then southbound I-17, you got a wreck near Anthem Way and a collision 7th Street south of Roosevelt. If you have a traffic tip, call 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by CSL Plasma. Donate plasma at CSL Plasma and earn up to $200 your first week. Help save lives while earning extra money for what matters most. Visit CSLPlasma.com. Again, that's CSLPlasma.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena.
Stream it live on Disney Plus and Hulu. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way to be there.
Some apps say they're free, then come the fees. Not the iHeart app. It's 100% free. No required subscriptions to access the best live radio stations, free playlists, podcasts, and more. Download the free iHeart app today.
iHeartRadio.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Guys, if you want the greatest night of your life, then you gotta hear this. There's a great ED pill out, and it's from the makers of Viagra. It's their ED pill called Viagra AGV, and it's unbelievable. It works super fast in as little as 12 minutes and lasts up to 12 hours. Plus, it's FDA approved and safe. Viagra AGV crushes every other ED pill. And 9 out of 10 urologists now recommend this sensational new super pill over any other. Go to scoreblue.com while supplies last. Scoreblue.com. Viagra AGV is available only at scoreblue.com by prescription, no doctor visit.
In a recent survey of 123,000 wireless customers, Pure Talk was the only wireless company to receive 5 stars in every category: coverage, support, value, and data. What else do you need to know? Switch to Pure Talk today and get any plan, including their top shelf unlimited data plan for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. No contract, no commitment. Dial pound 250, say micro, and let Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team help you make the switch.
The name to remember? Mark Kia? Mark Kia. See our full inventory at markkia.com now.
Back to school isn't just for the kids. It's a fresh start for your home, too. If a summer full of muddy shoes, pool towels, and snack spills left your carpets looking tired, let the trusted professionals at Zero Res help you hit reset with their Back to School BOGO. Now through Saturday, get 2 rooms cleaned for $129 and get 2 rooms free. Skip the rental machines and get back to clean without dirt-attracting soaps and harsh chemicals. Give your home the fresh start it deserves this school season. Call or book the KFYI special online at ZeroResPhoenix.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 977-1900.
Lerner Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
550 KFYI. No algorithm, no code. Guaranteed human.
When I was a little bitty boy, my grandmother bought me a cute little toy. Silver bells hanging on a string. She told me it was my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling.
Everybody.
I want to play with my ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. I want to play with my ding-a-ling.
You are listening to the Conservative Circus 550 KFYI 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app.
For the people asking on YouTube, when are we going to talk about Jesse Waters' interview with Abdul El Sayed? Well, here you go.
Here we go. And we're going to pepper this throughout the show because there were so many gems. I do believe that El Sayed may have ended his Senate run last night on a series of questions, but this one right here, you had Jesse Waters asking El Sayed about sex changes for minors, whether or not he supported sex change for minors, and his answer was, frankly, it was bizarre.
Again, sex changes for minors. Do you support that?
Look, I remember having great conversations with my conservative friends about right-to-try legislation. The idea that the government shouldn't tell you what kind of health care you should have. I just think the government shouldn't tell you what kind of health care you should have. And if you're a minor, it's between
you want to try on kids?
Now, if you disagree...
That's a pretty big leap there, El Sayed.
Right to try. Right to
try.
We
have a new exploratory medicine that we believe will cure diabetes. We have a new medicine that's in the early stages that we believe might aid in dementia or Alzheimer's. Hey, let's cut off your penis.
No. See, and the things, the first two that you mentioned, that would be for like older people. The right to try. I've lived my life. I'm older. I'm willing to take the gamble.
I've been diagnosed with a incurable disease.
Right.
There's some medicines that we believe early indications will treat, but they haven't, much like the COVID vaccine, they haven't gone through the normal medical trials.
Correct.
But we think they might help you. Let's equate that to putting a penis on a young girl.
Or cutting a penis off of a young boy, or cutting the breast off of a young girl. This is sick stuff. The right to try, El Said.
Now, if you disagree with that, if you disagree that healthcare decisions need to be made by a doctor and their parents and a patient, then we think we agree to disagree.
No,
but
we don't.
You want to put government inside.
So, Abdul, you're a doctor, right?
Selectively.
You're a doctor, right? First of all, he's not a doctor, but that's the I guess that is the media fantasy. That's what they're trying to pass on of that he is a doctor. El Said, you're a doctor, right? Jesse Waters and El Said.
I am.
So you think it's okay for a parent to slash his kid's thing-a-ling off? You think that's okay?
I mean, do you really want to have this conversation? Are you circumcised?
Whoa.
Come on.
Whoa.
What?
That's none of your business, sir. You know what? Every American male, though, born in America is circumcised. Unless, told not to, but many parents don't do that.
I think trends are changing.
I think trends may be changing, but I thought at one point in time everybody was circumcised. I found out when I studied in England, University of Nottingham, that was not the case. I used to see these phallic symbols in the bathroom. They all kind of like had a hood on, and I didn't know what that was. So I asked in the classroom, what is this? And they were looking at me like I was crazy. And then when they explained that, this is an uncircumcised penis, I was like, oh, really?
I'm just going to go out there and say there's a big difference between a circumcision and a castration.
I think difference. So. I think there is a difference. So
big difference.
El Said goes down this road. He's trying to equate circumcision.
Really big difference.
He's trying to equate circumcision with castration.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a
Jesse,
personal question.
Okay,
doctor.
So you probably should want to move on.
I should.
Is circumcision's different than castration?
I think it's a problem. It's a problem that you think that you get to decide what happens between a parent, a doctor, and a patient. And I'm just saying that, yes, circumcision is surgery on a kid's ding-a-ling. So if you really want to bring that up, you can.
Wow.
I just think you guys are really selective about how you want to talk about these things.
Abdul, Michigan's not going for that. That is sick stuff.
I think Jesse Waters might be right about that. I don't think Michiganders are going to go with that. I think it is sick and twisted.
I feel like I'm somewhat of an expert in surgeries of that area.
Oh, yeah, because
I had the cancer of the ball.
Right.
And, I had it removed there's a far cry from that to transgender gender reassignment, gender mutilization.
Just look at how flippant he was, though. Look how nonchalant. Look how he just easy. You've been circumcised. Jesse, have you been circumcised? Well, whoa. You're saying circumcision and castration is the same? Well, it's both surgery. Are these people serious? Come on.
I would be remiss if I didn't bring up that Rahman Abdul El Said is a Muslim.
Well, he is.
And circumcision has generally been in the area of Jews and Christians.
Correct.
And I think we got a deeper insight into how he feels about what is generally regarded as a religious practice.
That is an excellent point. And that's what I found out when I was at the University of Nottingham, that, it was Jews were the ones that were circumcised. And, I mean, when I was in India, here's how crass it is. There's a conflict between the Muslims and Hindus over there, but they all kind of, look alike. Not trying to be racist, but how would they identify? When they have mob violence, they would take dude's pants off to see whether or not he was circumcised. I don't know. I don't know.
This guy.
I guess
I'm
the
still
Hindus
trying to get to how your defense
Aaron, are you
of
circumcised?
allowing children to change their gender.
Circumcision is the same as gender translation.
Pre-puberty.
Right. It's the same thing.
Don't
you understand that? Circumcision is the same thing as castration in degrees.
No, not really. Not at all. Not in Fahrenheit degrees, not in Celsius degrees, not in Kelvin degrees.
You bring up a very interesting point about the religious divide here, right? They don't want to mention the fact that Saeed is coming out of Islam. He's coming out of Sharia. That also was a topic of conversation last night on Jesse Waters. And again, I don't think that El Saeed did himself any favors. We'll talk about that.
Oh, and the answer to your question is yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you have been circumcised?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
unless Pablo, are you circumcised?
Yeah, but
stay tuned, my friends. If you haven't been to Tombstone Tactical lately, now is the time to stop in. Every Friday through Saturday, a different top firearm manufacturer takes center stage with special pricing on some of your favorite brands. The manufacturer changes every weekend, so there's always a new reason to come back and save. Now, while you're there, ask about the big month-long giveaway. Stop in for all the details and your chance to win. Thinking about upgrading your collection? Tombstone Tactical is your destination to buy, sell, trade, or consign firearms. Whether you're looking for something new or ready to turn a firearm you no longer use into cash or credit, their knowledgeable staff can help every step of the way. And don't miss out on the latest arrivals. Follow Tombstone Tactical on Instagram to see new inventory, weekend specials, and upcoming events before anyone else. New deals every weekend. Great brands, great people, great prices. That's Tombstone Tactical. Stop in today or shop anytime at tombstonetactical.com. Right off the I-17 in Metro Center between Dunlap and Peoria, you be sure to tell them James T. sent you.
From the Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
101 in the Northwest Valley is shut down for you southbound in between Bell Road and Thunderbird. This is due to a very serious early morning crash, and we're seeing heavy delays back to 75th Avenue. Best to avoid that area if you can. On I-17 southbound near Anthem Way, a wreck off right, and a collision on the 60 westbound. It's going to be the Mill Avenue on-ramp. If you have a traffic tip, call 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Lindsay Clancy supporters raise a troubling question. Has America gone mad? This week on Red Pilled America, we dig into the dark underbelly of the Lindsay Clancy case and what her supporters say about the state of the country. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
I will buy a WNBA franchise. My team will be trans.
Clay Travis and Buck Sexton.
We will not lose a single game.
Today at 10, 550 KFYI on iHeartRadio.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart. Flowers fade. Cards get tossed. But a personalized song? That lasts forever. Surprise someone you love with a custom song made just for them with SmileTunes. Visit SmileTunes.com to get started on your personalized song today. Don't just say I love you. Sing it with SmileTunes.
The Mazda More to Move You sales event is going on now at Mark Mazda in Scottsdale.
You've thought about moving some of your IRA into gold. Most people have. Here's what stops them. They think it's complicated. It's not. Golden Crest Metals moves existing IRA and 401k money into physical gold and silver every day. Tax and penalty free. Featured on Fox Business and CNBC. Plus, receive up to $25,000 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. Call 888-447-7857. That's 888-447-7857. Not a financial advisor. Precious metals involve risk. Free silver offer is a 10% bonus in silver on qualifying purchases of premium mintage coins. $10,000 minimum purchase required. Bonus silver capped at $25,000 and credited to customer account. See goldencrestmetals.com for full terms.
Have you been putting off dealing with your hearing? Here.com makes it easy to finally take care of it. Their Horizon IX hearing aids use cutting-edge German engineering and dual processing technology for natural, crystal-clear sound, and they're nearly invisible. You can choose telehealth or in-person care through their network of 1,200-plus top providers. Go to here.com or call 844-HERE-300. That's 844-432-7300 to start your 45-day no-risk trial today.
No required subscriptions, no trial periods, no surprise charges, no monthly fees. iHeartRadio is different. It's 100% free. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
Summer's almost over, but with a new Toyota from Toyota's National Sales Event, you can turn your end of summer scaries into end of summer woes. In the mood for some elevated dining? Pack a picnic into a 4Runner and hit up a stunning mountain vista.
Whoa!
Haul a bouncy castle in a tundra and get crowned the coolest dad at the park.
Whoa! I'm king of the castle!
Drive a Tacoma to the lake to go wakeboarding.
Whoa, that was awesome, Air. Let's go again.
Or take a BZ to an amusement park with friends. Keep your woes going this summer in a new Toyota.
Event ends August 31st. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right nice soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because Rhino Shield is backed by a 25-year warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call at 855-4-U-RHINO. Call now and receive 10% off the regular price. Or go to rhinoshieldaz.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
For your 10% off, call now. 855-4-U-RHINO. Or go to rhinoshieldaz.com.
From the Whitfield Nurseries Weather Center.
Another warm up today with a high reaching 113 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear and 89 for your low. Tomorrow, even hotter, 114 the high. Then closing out Wednesday evening with mostly clear skies and a low of 90. I'm Matt Mattinson, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Precision Air and Plumbing.
Hello, everybody. I'm Eric Bryan. At Precision Air and Plumbing, we're celebrating America's 250th the Precision Way with $2,500 off a new AC unit, 0% financing for 60 months, and the Valley's only 10-year workmanship warranty. Make the Precision decision today.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to BeBigNow.org.
Keeping you informed and up to date now more than ever.
I check in throughout the day so I know what's up.
550 KFYI on the free iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to the Conservative Circus 550 KFYI 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app. We're also streaming live on YouTube at 550 KFYI. We're talking about El Said's disastrous interview with Jesse Waters last night. It was ridiculous. It's being talked about. It's going viral on social media. And I don't think this did El Said any favors whatsoever. He basically equated castration to circumcision.
Well, he equated circumcision to gender reassignment surgery for children.
Correct. The right to try on children. And then he asked, Jesse Waters a personal question: "Are you circumcised?" Yeah. And Aaron brought up a very interesting point. You know what? Jesse Waters should have turned around and asked him, "Are you circumcised, and why?"
And if not, do you believe in female castration? Because there's a massive problem with that in the Middle East.
It could have turned that direction. It didn't. But what Jesse Waters did do was ask about Sharia law. This was a very interesting exchange as well.
You said getting rid of Sharia law was white supremacy. Let's roll the tape. Go.
I don't have to tell you that the same exact forces that drove native peoples from their land 2 centuries ago, destroyed Black Wall Street a century ago, bombed a building decades ago, and tried to ban Sharia law not a decade ago, that those forces are alive and well today.
Okay, that was El Sayed giving a speech. He almost sounded like he's from the hood, didn't he? Just, I don't know.
Well, you gotta have your message reflect the intended audience.
Right.
Yo.
Jesse Waters asked him to justify that comment.
Getting rid of Sharia laws, white supremacy. Can you explain that one?
Do you know what canon law is? Jesse, I assume you're Christian, right?
Yeah, tell me.
All right, so canon law is the name for Christian law. I don't begrudge you your right to practice your faith as you choose. I don't know why the idea that I could practice my faith as I choose is a problem. Nobody is trying to push Sharia law on anyone else, just like I hope nobody is trying to push canon law on anybody else, because we live in an America where you should have the freedom of your religion. So the idea that you have somebody like Tommy Tuberville, right, who, barely was good at coaching football, is out here trying to ban Sharia law when there's less than 1% of the Muslim community in America, as if somehow Muslims are out here trying to push Sharia law. That seems to me to be deliberately targeting the Muslim community because they're different. And I'm just saying that, I have no issue with people practicing their faith. In fact, I would never want somebody to push their faith on me, and I would never want to push my faith on somebody else.
Good, because no one wants you to get rid of your religion.
And so the idea,
no one wants that.
I would have challenged that differently. Sharia law is spreading, and they don't give you the option. I mean, I come on. I don't begrudge you of practicing your religion. I hope you don't begrudge me. Well, actually, I do.
And by the way, nobody's saying you can't follow Sharia law in your private life. What we're looking to ban is the implementation of Sharia law as the law of the land.
He got creative talking about canon law. Canon law is not the law of the land. Canon laws are like Christian guidelines. Okay, and you can't say we're living under canon law. We're not. We're living under the constitutional laws, and we do make some exceptions if we're talking about the law. If we're talking reservations, the nations may have their own laws within the reservation. But no, when you're talking about bringing in Sharia law, there's no constitutional standing for that, sir. And yes, it is spreading. And just look at Dearborn. Once the city council was taken over by Muslims, all of a sudden their law, Sharia law, replaced in some sectors the Constitution. That's the argument.
Just look at what's happening in England, where they're now outlawing certain dog breeds because dogs are haram.
Yes. Passing laws and targeting our community is what Abdul El Sayed is accusing us of.
When people preemptively go out there and start preemptively passing laws to ban something that's not happening, what you're trying to do is target a very small community because they're different. And this operates. I mean, look, I'm just going to say, there's statistical evidence that the president and the vice president
Michigan is kind of scary.
Simply people don't go for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say maybe, Jesse. Yeah, we're doing that. Absolutely, we're doing that because Sharia law is not compatible with the Constitution, sir. You're doing it in Dearborn, Michigan. It's spreading like wildfire in Texas, and we see what's happening in England. Sir.
The same Constitution, by the way, that his man-panion there, Hassan Piker, said he would wipe his ass with.
Thank you very much. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. No, this was disastrous. We'll get some more of this, throughout the show. But I think that if people were paying attention, and I'm sure they are, like I said, it is spreading like wildfire on social media. It's going viral. This guy disqualified himself on so many different levels. What the Iranian regime did to Barron Trump should be the invitation to their end. We're going to talk about this.
The threat against Barron Trump.
Targeting the president's son, like for assassination. Stay tuned. The war in Iran would be over if we armed the Iranian people. That's the Hannity Morning Minute on 550 KFYI and 790 KNST.
The Hannity Morning Minute is sponsored by Lund Mortgage. Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
One of the things I wanted and not gotten is arming the Iranian people themselves. If we were able to get arms into the hands of the Iranian people, this country would fall and fall quickly. And I know it's longer than what people have wanted, and sometimes that is the case. That doesn't mean that Donald Trump's philosophy, the Trump doctrine, has shifted or changed in any way. And that is no forever wars. This is not going to be a forever war. This is going to come to an end. We, in 71 days, are facing the most important midterm of our lifetime. That is not hyperbole. Now, you might say, Hannity, I've been listening to you for years. You've said that before, and I have. But we've never had a situation this dire as we have now.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
I'm doing a quick customer satisfaction survey. 2 questions I have. 1, is your current wireless provider giving you 5-star service? 2, are you paying more than $34.99 a month for unlimited data? If you're paying too much for subpar service, you should make the switch to my cell phone provider, Pure Talk. Pure Talk, the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category in a recent survey. Coverage, support, value, data, all of it. And now for just a few more weeks, Pure Talk is offering unlimited data for just $15 a month for your first 3 months. After that, you get unlimited data as low as $34.99 a month. No contract to sign, cancel anytime, no risk to you. Make the switch. It's simple, fast, easy. Just dial pound 250 and say the keyword save now. Pound 250, keyword save now. Save a fortune for the exact same service from Pure Talk, America's wireless company.
Back to school isn't just for the kids. It's a fresh start for your home, too. If a summer full of muddy shoes, pool towels, and snack spills left your carpets looking tired, let the trusted professionals at Zero Res help you hit reset with their back-to-school BOGO. Now through Saturday, get 2 rooms cleaned for $129 and get 2 rooms free. Skip the rental machines and get back to clean without dirt-attracting soaps and harsh chemicals. Give your home the fresh start it deserves this school season. Call or book the KFYI special online at ZeroResPhoenix.com.
The bond market's in trouble. Higher interest rates will hit stocks hard. U.S. debt is screaming higher, and the affordability crisis is real. What do you do? It's Jim Clark. Michael Hartnett, Chief Investment Strategist for Bank of America, says one optimal solution is gold as the best means of hedging against the depreciating dollar, the collapse of bonds, and inflation. Move into the gold safety zone now. See us, Republic Monetary Exchange in Phoenix on Camelback just east of 40th Street, 602-682-GOLD or rmegold.com.
From the Republic Monetary Exchange Studio, this is KFYI Phoenix, KYOT HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Reaction to cops in trouble with the law. From the 550 KFYI Newsroom, I'm Matt Mattinson. 2 Phoenix police officers accused of a violent traffic stop are out on bond. Luis Vasquez Jr. and Antonio Felix were released from custody following their arrest for the traffic stop on August 5th. A couple accused the pair of beating and tasing them during the incident and not wearing typical police uniforms. Vasquez and Felix allegedly didn't report the traffic stop either. Speaking to Fox 10, Phoenix Police Chief Matt Giordano says the department is now trying to regain the public's trust.
This takes us back 10 steps. All the work we've done over the last several years to rebuild that trust, putting in our policies, putting in our procedures, procedural justice, all of those things are now, we've taken a step back, and now we need to re-engage the community, and it starts with this.
The 2 officers have since been fired and charged with aggravated assault, robbery, and other crimes. Things seem to be back to normal at Phoenix Sky Harbor after flights arriving at the airport were stopped. The FAA says it issued a ground stop for the airport yesterday due to thunderstorms impacting arrivals from Southern California and Las Vegas. But the agency was able to lift the ground stop just before 6 p.m. last night, and flights were allowed to return to the valley. The White House says Iran's economic D-Day is here. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the new sanctions amount to an economic onslaught against Iran that should further isolate it from the rest of the world. Bessent says any country, including China, will also face sanctions if it's found to be helping Iran sell its oil. Now we'll look at your money. The Dow is currently up 62 points to 53,479. Let's take a look at traffic.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
101 southbound dealing with a closure this morning in between Bell Road and Thunderbird in the West Valley. This is due to a serious crash, so try and avoid the 101 southbound near Bell Road. Also, I-17 southbound near Anthem Way. You've got a wreck off right. And a structure fire now, Litchfield, north of Lower Buckeye. If you have a traffic tip, call 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Discover. With the Discover Cashback Card, it's payback time when you earn cash back on everyday purchases. Activate and earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases. It pays to Discover. See discover.com/5 for details.
From the Weather Center, here's Fox 10's Crystal Ortiz.
Expect a hot one. The forecast high climbing to 114 degrees this afternoon, which should set a record for the date. Plenty of sunshine, dry conditions. And as we head into tonight, very little relief with a forecast low temperature of 90 degrees.
91 right now in Phoenix. Your next news at 7:27 on News Talk 550 KFYI. Guaranteed human.
Iran didn't just threaten President Trump. Its propaganda machine reportedly put its crosshairs on Trump's son, Barron.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the Conservative Circus with James T. Harris.
There are lines that even hostile governments are supposed to understand. According to reports, Iranian state television aired a disturbing propaganda video targeting Barron Trump, the 20-year-old college student, son of President Trump, who holds no office, commands no military, makes no policy, and has largely stayed out of politics.
He's at NYU, correct? I believe he's at New York University.
Okay. The reported title alone tells you just how absolutely depraved this is. Here it is. Where to Kill Barron Trump.
Yeah, he started his freshman year at New York University's main campus in Manhattan in the fall of 2024. So that would make him a junior, sophomore or junior?
They've done a fantastic job of keeping him out of the limelight, keeping him out of the news. I'm surprised that the left didn't beat the Iranians to it. But Where to Kill Barron Trump was on their television, on national television over in Iran. And this is not some anonymous lunatic posting from the basement. This reportedly appeared on Iranian state television. And it purported to detail Barron's movements, his Secret Service protection, his school life, his friends, and even his online gaming accounts. The message reportedly ends with this threat: Barron Trump, wait for us. Ooh. Now, couple this with the, what was this, a week and a half ago, where the president, they had to get on a different Air Force One. They had to smuggle him up out of there because of threats on his life, purportedly from Iran. There's a $10 million bounty on Barron Trump's head. $10 million. This is terrorism as psychological warfare. And of course, you know the objective here is intimidation. We know that. We know where your family is. We know how they live. We know who their friends are.
You know what the disturbing part of this is for me? There used to be a time where even if you had political differences, we as Americans would look at and rally around the safety of our leaders. There were viral news, old archive news footage of people being interviewed, Republicans being interviewed in Dallas, Texas, immediately following the assassination of JFK. And to a T, it was all grainy black and white footage. I didn't agree with his politics, but no human being should ever be the target of violence. We have to do better than this. Taking a human life over political disagreements. I guarantee you, if you asked just a random sample of people that identify as leftists in this country now, they would justify the murder of Barron Trump by the Iranians.
And this is where we are now.
The same way
you're 100%
they
correct.
mocked the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Absolutely.
They mocked the attempted assassination of Donald Trump.
Absolutely. Celebrated the CEO, healthcare CEO who was assassinated. This is where we are. I'm telling you that the evil Iranian regime is really no different than what we're seeing here on the radicalized left. They're radicalized. And dare you, I'll say this, if Iran was successful and executed or assassinated the president's son, God forbid, you would have many on the left celebrating. You would have many on the left saying it was justified. You would have people like, what's his name?
Hassan
Piker celebrating it.
Well, heck, he's all but called for it. He already called for the murder of Rick Scott.
Correct. So, this is what's very, very disturbing. It's disturbing to me because we are, as a culture, in a place where I don't believe we've ever been before. We've been close. I should say we crossed the line. The 1970s was the most really violent political period in this country. The Weather Underground, the Black Panthers, all of that.
The Weather Underground, Bill Ayers was a part of. And rather than being ostracized, arrested, he now teaches at, Columbia University?
Yes.
He gets celebrated.
It's come. We have successfully allowed for the children, generations of children, to be radicalized.
Especially
on our college campuses.
Think about that. That would be like if Ted Kaczynski, after his stint as the Unabomber, got promoted to a college professor to talk about how to rebel in society.
Yes, to teach Saul Alinsky tactics. And he has a pedigree, He used to do it. He has set off bombs. This is crazy. We, in a sense, have allowed this. We brought this on ourselves. We allowed the left to run roughshod. For various reasons, but here we are. And so now, Barron Trump, he's not a combatant. They don't care. He's not a cabinet secretary. They don't care. If they were talking about we're going to execute Jared Kushner, we're going to execute Eric Trump or Donald Trump Jr. Okay, they've been a part of the campaign, but Barron is... Yeah. But no, we're going for maximum. Listen, this is all or nothing at all. We are trying to take them out. We're trying to take you out. You know what? Let's look at it from the Iranians' point of view for just a moment. The United States wiped out their whole supreme leadership, wiped them out. Oh, yesterday, I guess they were meeting again. The Iranian leaders, what's left of them, were meeting again to try to pick a new supreme leader, and Israel hit the place where they were meeting. Boom! So, yeah, this is how Iran wants to retaliate. This is how they want to do it. Psychological warfare. American political families are not bargaining chips. Threatening to carry out consequences against them. Well, I think that this is the permission slip that the Trump administration, needed. Not that they needed one, but you've been promising to turn Iran into glass for how long? I think that this is now past time. If this is where you want to take it, okay, let's go. Let's play.
Good morning, guys. Leaving my smart aleck comments behind.
Don't do that.
This is a disturbing thing, but there is a silver lining to the Barron Trump thing. Trump is getting to them. It is working. They are desperate. Don't let anything happen to Barron Trump, though.
There is a historical context for this. Many people believe that the entire reason we went into Iraq the second time to take out Saddam Hussein had very little to do with weapons of mass destruction. It had a lot to do with the fact that Bush was still pissed off that they put a threat on his life against Daddy Bush. And it's like, you know what? You go after my father, we're going to bring your whole country down.
You know what? There's something to that. There is something to that. I mean, the whole bloodline thing, that is not uncommon throughout the history of man. Okay, we're going to get to, I think Iran is playing the long game here. The question is, are they going to be able to pull it off?
They've been playing it for 1,400 years.
That's right.
I mean,
I was going to say 47, but you're right. 1,400 years.
It depends. Are we talking about politically, the current regime? Yeah, about 47, 50 years,
You're
right?
We do have to.
Theologically, this is a eons level conflict for humanity.
I'm going to tell you a story. I've told the story before about me in Las Vegas with a Kurdish taxi driver in the mid-90s, late 90s, who gave me the education of my life on the Middle East. Stay tuned. Let's face it, there's a lot of uncertainty out there, right? You know, the economy, interest rates, AI, war. But if you're thinking about selling your home, if and what your home sells for shouldn't be uncertain. Now, I've been telling you about my friend Carol Royce, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, for years. But let me make something clear. I don't just endorse Carol. I personally used Carol multiple times. Here's why. Carol sells homes for 3.3% more than the average agent. On a $500,000 home, that's an extra $16,500 in your pocket. She also sells homes 22% faster, which matters in a market where some homes are sitting longer than homeowners expected. But here's what really stands out. Carol will guarantee to sell your home for your price. That's right, your price. If the home doesn't sell, Carol will step in and buy it herself. Now, I've trusted Carol with my own real estate transactions because results matter. If you want an agent who sells for more, sells faster, and can guarantee your price, call my friend Carol Royce today or visit carolhasthebuyers.com. That's carolhasthebuyers.com. Carol and seller must agree on price and possession.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
Dealing with a closure of the Loop 101 this morning. It's southbound in the West Valley. In between Bell Road and Thunderbird is where you're shut down. A serious crash there. Heavy delays back behind it. Avoid the area if you can. Also a closure 51st Avenue southbound between Bethany Home and Montebello. That's also due to a wreck. If you have a traffic tip, give us a call. 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Howard Air.
Plumbing or drain problems? Howard Air and Plumbing has you covered. Schedule your free plumbing service appointment today with no service fee and no trip charge. Visit howardair.com or call 602-953-2766. Howard Air and Plumbing, serving the Valley since 1977.
Why are women attracted to the guy accused of murdering in cold blood a father and a husband? Crazy.
Sean Hannity, today at 1 on 550 KFYI and the free iHeartRadio app.
Make this the year you get active and healthy. Visit the Good Feet store.
Why would a guy in financial services pick a fight with the financial industry? Because in many cases, the system they built works more for them than it does for you. Tune in for a new kind of retirement show with Greg Ayler, Sunday mornings at 9 and 11 on News Talk 550 KFYI.
Flowers eventually wilt, greeting cards end up hidden in a drawer, but imagine giving someone special a meaningful song written just for them. Their unique story, their best memories, their favorite moments, all turned into a beautiful song they'll want to listen to again and again. Whether it's for an anniversary, birthday, wedding, or just because, SmileTunes creates truly special gifts that they will never ever forget. Visit SmileTunes.com and don't just say I love you, sing it with SmileTunes.
The Mazda More to Move You sales event is going on now at Mark Mazda in Scottsdale.
In less than 10 minutes, you can find out if you're a good candidate for the Life Changer loan. You know the loan where you can do your banking inside of your mortgage and pay off in just a few short years and save 6 figures in interest? If you have great credit and are good with your money, then you absolutely should not be in a traditional mortgage regardless of the rate that you have. The future of banking and mortgage is here. It's not magic, it's just math. So learn more at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
This is Bill from Bill's Pest and Termite.
I believe man-made global warming is a real thing. All the hot air coming from the left is causing the rains in the valley, and termites love that. Our specialty is properly identifying the invading species and then using the correct measures to eradicate the termites. This is why we have the best customer reviews and why other pest control companies recommend us. Contact us at billstermitesco.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
In this edition of the Marketer's Report, Chris Eppel, head of marketing for the Americas, Harman JBL, weighs in on the importance of audio.
It's been amazing over the last couple of years to see what's happened with audio. We've doubled our investment in the last 2 years in the audio space. We find it to be highly critical to our business.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia connects marketers to the audiences, live conversations, and trusted influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartAdvertising.com.
Another warm up today with a high reaching 113 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear and 89 for your low. Tomorrow, even hotter, 114 the high. Then closing out Wednesday evening with mostly clear skies and a low of 90. I'm Matt Mattinson, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Diamond Kitchen and Bath.
Update your kitchen. Don't miss the final days to save. Act now and get up to 50% off your cabinetry plus free upgrades during our Monsoon Madness sale at Diamond Kitchen and Bath. Visit diamondkitchenandbath.com today.
Everyone wants answers. I'm just really confused about what happened that day.
A new podcast series, Fault Line Haditha, tells the story of a shocking crime and a cover-up at the highest levels of the United States Marine Corps.
If you've got 5 players and you offer immunity to 4, you better be right about the 5th. Because if you're not, then you've just given immunity to your killer.
Listen to Fault Line Haditha on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Fault Line Haditha and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Hey, it's Garrett Lewis. You have to hear an Arizona County attorney defend a female hospital patient getting sexually abused. I start today at 4 on KFYI.
You are listening to the Conservative Circus, 550 KFYI, 790 KNST, the free iHeart Radio app. We are talking about the Iranian threat. The Iranians have threatened Barron Trump, and they've threatened him with assassination. They've said they've been tracking him. They ran this on their state television. It's kind of crazy. It's sick is what it is. So how should the president respond to this? Well, you just said something really interesting in the last segment, Aaron. You said, you know what? People think that that we went into Iran because of weapons of mass destruction, or Iraq, but it very well could have been because you had Iraq trying to take out Daddy Bush.
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody is foolish enough to believe that didn't have at least something to do with the motivation for us going to war. I mean, and you'll never convince me otherwise. Yeah, I mean, I do believe because Saddam Hussein wanted the world to believe there were weapons of mass destruction. That on top of the fact that they had threatened Daddy Bush certainly didn't, following 9/11. It's all connected. It's all part of the puzzle.
I was out in this is when I was my speaking career. I was out in Las Vegas doing a gig. Jumped in a taxi cab, and I think President Bush W had just made some type of this is early 2000s actually had made a speech concerning Iraq, and I'm listening to it intently. And then afterwards, the driver, asked me what I thought, and I remember, pontificating, what was happening. This is all about freedom, liberating Iraq, blah 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 blah. Then I finished and I asked the man what he thought about this speech. And this nice taxi driver morphed into the a mujahideen. He morphed into a desert warrior. He popped off on George W. Bush. He popped off on American policy. He popped off on American involvement in the Middle East in general, in particular in Iraq. And I was like, dude, whoa, pump your brakes. I mean, friendly conversation, right? He said, I said, what, you don't trust the Bush? You don't believe what he said? And he said, why should I trust the man who stabbed my father in the back? Why should I do that? Why should I trust the man whose father stabbed me in the back? I'm like, huh. And then he went on to say he was a Kurd. He was part of, right now when President Trump is hesitating, arming the Kurds to send them into, he was who they would be arming. Then I asked him, okay, if you hate America so much, why are you here driving a taxi cab? Oh, the pay is good. I'm just waiting. The pay is good.
I want a better life.
I'm just waiting for things to calm down before I go back. So, yeah, you know what? Bloodlines, all that could be very well be a part of it. But now they just made it personal. When they're talking about taking out Barron Trump, well, if you're President Trump, really? Oh, that's how we're going to do this?
Well, and not only, look, again, I think you're foolish if you don't think that they've been conspiring. This is the number one state sponsor of terrorism across the globe. They would probably take any opportunity to kill any American, let alone the son of the president of the United States. The thing that's galling here is they're broadcasting it on state-sponsored television. This is like a campaign ad.
Yeah, it is. Death to America. America's a great Satan. We're going to go after Trump's son. We already went after Trump. That wasn't successful. We're going after his son. Okay, if that is the case, then now I'm looking over at the Trump administration. What y'all going to do? And I think they're doing a lot. As a matter of fact, you had Jack Keane, I believe he's an advisor. He was like, Iran, they don't want to make a deal. Iran's trying to play this thing out. They're trying to play the long game. And when I say long game, they're just trying to keep things hampered until the midterm election and hoping that President Trump takes a blow politically.
I don't think the Iranians have any intention in making a consequential deal where they would have to make major concessions. I think that's where they have been from the beginning. And they use their own negotiators, pretending to be moderates, to seduce us into the fact that a deal is imminent. We are serious this time. They have never wanted to make a consequential deal. And I think that's where they are. They believe in their minds, and we have to think about where are they in their heads. They think they can outlast us during this economic phase because they don't care about the suffering of their own people, and they're willing to make sacrifices themselves because the only thing they want to do is survive.
That's all they want to do, survive. They've never been hit like this before. I will give the Trump administration this. We've had presidents in the past say, you know what, Iran will never have a nuclear bomb. Iran will never have a nuclear bomb. Well, you may not agree with it, but Trump did do something about that.
Iran will never have a nuclear bomb, but here's $50 million in pallets of cash.
Exactly. That's Obama.
Humanitarian aid.
That's Obama. President Trump didn't send over $50 million on a pallet in the middle of the night. He sent over bombs in the middle of the night. And now they're threatening his son. I have to believe, that they're going to be just as determined. Iran may be determined to stretch things out. They don't want to make a deal to keep playing games. Well, you know what? President Trump might be, that might strengthen his resolve. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, he weighed in on this.
We want to make clear here today that no one is above the reach of U.S. sanctions. That if they facilitate transactions and are part of the ecosystem that turns Iranian oil into money, into repression, they will be targeted. We find that the best way to engage with countries is through quiet diplomacy, and we are level setting with every country to tell them our expectations. We know who they are, they know who they are. So when the hammer of U.S. Treasury actions falls upon them, they will have no one to blame but themselves.
Okay, so we're going after them by dropping bombs, and we're going after them to, economic sanctions.
Looking at you, Canada.
Tough talk from Canada, huh?
Fat ass Doug Ford in there trying to talk tough.
You know what? Let's do that. Let's talk about the trade war that is going on. And Trump said we had a deal. Yesterday morning, he was like, we have a deal. Canada's come to the table. They're not going to put any tariff on any American farm, products, none of that stuff at all. By the end of the evening, we're getting tough talk from Canada.
Hey. What are you going to do? Keep Bob and Doug McKenzie from us? Oh, no. Alanis Morissette won't be allowed to go on tour in America. Darn.
The Maple Leaf strikes back. Stay tuned.
Officers accused of a violent traffic stop are out on bond. Luis Vasquez Jr. and Antonio Felix were released from custody following their arrest for the traffic stop on August 5th. A couple accused the pair of beating and tasing them during the incident and not wearing typical police uniforms. Both officers have since been fired and charged with multiple crimes. Daily temperature records in Phoenix are going to be challenged over the next few days. The National Weather Service forecast shows Arizona's capital city could reach 114 degrees today, which would break the daily high record for August 25th. Slightly higher temperatures are expected tomorrow and Thursday, which could also set new records for those dates. Primary elections are being held in 3 states today, with South Carolina garnering a lot of attention. That's where President Trump-backed Republican Senator Darlene Graham is facing Congressman Ralph Norman in the state's Republican Senate primary runoff. Trump has spent plenty of political capital supporting Graham, including a rally for her in the Palmetto State on Friday. Los Angeles may soon have an alternative to jam-packed freeways and cramped public transportation. One of LA's first air taxis was unveiled Monday at LA Live in downtown Los Angeles, where AEG and partner Archer Aviation plan to build a vertiport. And now let's check your traffic.
From the Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
Dealing with a closure of the Loop 101 this morning. It's southbound in the West Valley. In between Bell Road and Thunderbird is where you're shut down. A serious crash there. Heavy delays back behind it. Avoid the area if you can. Also a closure 51st Avenue southbound between Bethany Home and Montebello. That's also due to a wreck. If you have a traffic tip, give us a call. 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Howard Air.
AC not keeping up with the Phoenix heat? Howard Air and Plumbing is here to help. Schedule a diagnostic appointment for just $49 and they'll waive the fee for any repair. Visit howardair.com or call 602-953-2766. Serving the Valley since 1977.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena.
Stream it live on Disney Plus and Hulu. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way to be there.
Some apps say they're free, then come the fees. Not the iHeart app. It's 100% free. No required subscriptions to access the best live radio stations, free playlists, podcasts, and more. Download the free iHeart app today.
iHeartRadio.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The name to remember? Mark Kia? Mark Kia. See our full inventory at markkia.com now.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. I've had the privilege of seeing miracles, broken families rebuilt, every crash, every workplace injury, every medical mistake. Fighting back can work. We've gone toe-to-toe with insurance giants, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion recovered. Size matters. Reputation matters. Results matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Arizona lawyer will handle Arizona cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Arizona storms can do serious damage to your roof. And before the rain even stops, here come the guys knocking on your door. Folks, don't let desperation turn you into somebody's next sale. Before you sign anything, call the Arizona roofing company you know and trust, Kaiko Roofing. Kaiko has been taking care of Arizona homeowners for decades. They're local, established, and they'll be here long after the storm chasers have moved on. Protect your roof. Protect your wallet. Call Kaiko Roofing today and tell them JT sent you.
Free shouldn't come with a catch. With iHeartRadio, it doesn't. No monthly fees, no trial periods. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the free iHeartRadio app now.
When it comes to supplements, two things matter most. A, that it works, and that you can trust it. Rather than just tell you about Relief Factor, we'll let our audience do that. We hear from people every single day whose lives have changed, and I want you to hear a few of their stories. Doug took Relief Factor for nearly a year before convincing his wife, a special needs teacher, to try it. She had been using assistance just to move through the long hallways at school. Now she's back on her feet every day and never had to leave the job that she loves. I remember when buttoning my shirt was almost impossible, but Relief Factor changed how I'm able to do it and the simple things again. And they make it really easy now for you to find out if you can be the next person that's telling us about Relief Factor and how it gave you your life back. 3 weeks, $17.76. Try it. ReliefFactor.com, 800-4RELIEF. You'll connect with their friendly local team, and they'll do everything they can to help. We hope you soon will be sharing your story with us as well. ReliefFactor.com.
Back to school isn't just for the kids. It's a fresh start for your home, too. If a summer full of muddy shoes, pool towels, and snack spills left your carpets looking tired, let the trusted professionals at Zero Res help you hit reset with their Back to School BOGO. Now through Saturday, get 2 rooms cleaned for $129 and get 2 rooms free. Skip the rental machines and get back to clean without dirt-attracting soaps and harsh chemicals. Give your home the fresh start it deserves this school season. Call or book the KFYI special online at ZeroResPhoenix.com.
The bond market's in trouble. Higher interest rates will hit stocks hard. U.S. debt is screaming higher, and the affordability crisis is real. What do? It's Jim Clark. Michael Hartnett, Chief Investment Strategist for Bank of America, says one optimal solution is gold as the best means of hedging against the depreciating dollar, the collapse of bonds, and inflation. Move into the gold safety zone now. See us, Republic Monetary Exchange in Phoenix on Camelback just east of 40th Street, 602-682-GOLD or rmegold.com.
550 KFYI. Nothing artificial here. Guaranteed human.
A Monday warrior, mean strike. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
I mean, when you think about it, this really is the only import from Canada that actually matters.
Rush.
Mm-hmm. On
the
tour.
Great
reunion.
Rush.
Not
Wait a minute.
reunion
They
tour,
can't be.
like a
They one of them
farewell
die
tour.
or something?
Yeah, the drummer Neil Peart died,
Okay.
but they got a female drummer who all reports are she's actually pretty good.
Okay.
And tickets are really expensive. They're probably going to get even more expensive if they start tariffing Rush concert
that's
tickets.
probably true. The Great Rush 2.0. You're listening to the Conservative Circus, 550 KFYI, 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app, streaming live on YouTube at 550 KFYI. Trade war!
Not to be confused, by the way, with the great Al Rushbo, who was the greatest radio host of all time. God
Will
rest
never
his
be,
soul.
Never be another Rush. Never be another Rush Limbaugh. This trade war, it didn't have to be. It didn't have to be. I mean, President Trump's message is pretty simple. I mean, we've got the leverage. I mean, so we're going to set the terms. Who are you, Canada? And Trump is betting that Canada is going to capitulate. Why? Because they sell more to the United States than the United States sells to Canada. And Canada will eventually have to come back to the negotiating table, right? I mean, Trump is willing to walk away, impose stiff tariffs, absorb short-term economic pain to force a better arrangement, a better deal later. I think Canada is cuckoo. I mean, seriously, are we going to bend the knee to Canada? Come on. Come on, stop it. We're not going to.
Big brother doesn't bow to little brother.
We don't do that.
That's not how it works.
In Canada, I mean, they can certainly make this painful for the United States in the short run. I mean, what? We won't get any maple syrup?
Well, I mean, I do think we get some lumber.
Yeah, we do
There's
get
some
lumber.
Energy issues. I mean, what Doug Ford from Ontario was saying, no, we're going to cut off the oil and the gas.
You don't have any oil in Ontario, sir. You don't live in Alberta. Alberta's where, now Alberta got mad at us. That would be...
Alberta wants to be us.
They want to be us. They want to join us.
At worst, they want to leave Canada because, you think the push to the far left extremists is bad here in America. Canada's lost their damn mind.
They've fallen off. Yeah, Doug Ford, Ontario Premier, he was trying to pop off on President Trump.
I have a lot of real estate on my ass, so he has a lot of room to kiss my ass.
Ooh.
So.
Ooh.
Now, this is the brother of the Ford
the dude that
used
overdosed?
to be the mayor of Toronto,
right.
who was caught smoking crack. He made Marion Barry look clean and sober.
It set me up.
I believe his daddy, the daddy Ford, was involved in politics too. They're all a bunch of crazies.
They're crazy. Trump could kiss my asses, and I got a big asses. I have a lot of real estate on my asses. He can kiss it. Really, sir? Really? A reporter was asking Doug Ford, how does he plan to deal with President Trump and the trade deficit?
No, I don't respond to a dictator like President Trump, a bully like President Trump. As I said before, he's the type of guy in school that would take your lunch money one day, take your head the next day, and then steal your running shoes. But I'm not going to take any advice off a guy that's the king of bankruptcies. And he's actually tariffing his own people, taxing his own people. And I'm going to make sure I communicate through the U.S. media. I'm going to be reaching out to every single governor, every single senator, and every single congressperson. And when it comes to the midterms, I have a message to the Americans.
Okay.
Don't vote in a person that's going to kill your jobs. He ran...
This guy? Who does he think he's talking? Does he understand that he is talking to Trump?
Boy, President Trump ain't no punk. I keep telling y'all he ain't no punk. He's no punk, bitch.
You're going to come crawling back to the table, Ford.
I need to ask a question of CNN. Are they or are they not an American media company?
Oh, well, they don't like America.
Every time I see them talking about this news story, they've got some representative from the Great White North on to give their side of the story, yet they're not talking to any single representative of the Trump administration or anybody else in America. It's almost like they want Canada to win this trade war.
Well, let's put it like this. Scott, we just played Scott Besson, right? Addressing Iran. We could play the same thing when it comes to Canada, because it's the same principle here, dude. What are you gonna look when we turn our big guns towards you? What you gonna do?
We want to make clear here today that no one is above the reach of U.S. sanctions.
But you're not above the reach of this. We will crush you. Come on, Canada Herald. Come on. You need to calm down. Come on back to the table. Kiss the ring. I am the bully that will take your sneakers. I am the bully. Yes. And yes, I've gone to bankruptcy court, but how am I doing? Not only am I a multi-billionaire, I'm president of the United States. Why are you talking stupid?
Doug Ford is trying to deride Trump for going to bring. Your brother was a crackhead. I mean, a crackhead visiting prostitutes.
Ooh.
You want to... I'll take the guy that declared bankruptcy over that.
The question is, can Canada hurt the United States? Yeah, they can make things kind of painful. But can they outlast the United States politically and economically?
You have to be pretty despicable to make Hunter Biden look like a good, upstanding human being. And that's what the Ford family has done.
Hunter Biden is making the rounds. You know what? You're going to be disappointed because he was asked a point-blank question by, I think it was Bill Maher, is he going to run for president? I'm going to let you hear this, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you right here and right now, I don't care what he says. He's throwing his hat in. He's going to have to in order to save the Biden legacy. However, Hunter Biden is making the rounds. He's eerily, he's just like his dad, his mannerisms and that kind of stuff. I guess I understand that, his genes and everything, but I think that we're about to see the reincarnation, to the chagrin of the Democrat Party, of the Hunter Biden, or I should say, the Biden dynasty. The new Biden dynasty. Oh, stay tuned.
Family that smokes crack together stays together.
You know what? I think there is absolutely something in that. My friends, pay close attention. Solar is more important today than it's ever been before. Arizona's facing an energy challenge that most people don't even realize is here. Our state is growing. Manufacturing is returning. Massive data centers are coming online, and they're consuming enormous amounts of electricity. Meanwhile, our families still need reliable power during the 115-degree summer days. Think about that. What happens if your power goes out when it's 115 degrees outside? This isn't just lowering your electric bill anymore. It's not about that. It's about protecting your home, protecting your family, and having the peace of mind that comes from producing your own power. That's why Solar Sandy says solar with battery backup isn't a luxury, it's becoming a necessity. Already have solar? That's great. Solar Sandy can add battery backup to help keep your home powered when the grid is under stress. And if your original solar company is gone or your system never performed the way you were promised, her second time around solar program is designed to help get your system back on track. Whether you are going solar for the first time or trying to fix a system that never lived up to its promises, Solar Sandy has over a decade of experience helping Arizona families get it right. Go to AskSolarSandy.com. That's ASK SolarSandy.com, and you be sure to tell her James T sent you.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
Loop 101 in the southbound direction dealing with crash activity that has closed the freeway in between Bell Road and Thunderbird. Try and avoid that area if you can. Then in the East Valley, the 101 southbound near Rio Salado Parkway, a collision off right, and some police activity has closed Dunlap in between 43rd Avenue and 35th Avenue. If you have a traffic tip, call 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by CSL Plasma. Donate plasma at CSL Plasma and earn up to $200 your first week. Help save lives while earning extra money for what matters most. Visit CSLPlasma.com. Again, that's CSLPlasma.com.
Ouch. Fauci lying to us while pushing the vax.
Thank you very much.
While lining his pockets.
Garrett Lewis.
Not science.
This afternoon at 4.
That's corruption.
550 KFYI.
It's really a great pleasure.
Set a preset on the iHeartRadio app.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 602-855-9542 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. Call 602-855-9542 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 602-855-9542 for fast, easy, and affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinic treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 602-855-9542.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick.
talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They're in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because Rhino Shield is backed by a 25-year warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take it from Rick. Put down that paintbrush and pick up your phone. Call Rhino Shield at 855-4-U-RHINO. Call now and receive 10% off the regular price. Or go to rhinoshieldaz.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
For your 10% off, call now. 855-4-U-RHINO. Or go to rhinoshieldaz.com.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Want up to $25,000 in free silver? When you make a qualifying purchase through Golden Crest Metals, you can receive up to $25,000 in real silver added to your account. Call 888-447-7857 now for your free information kit. That's 888-447-7857. Again, call 888-447-7857. Not a financial advisor. Precious metals involve risk. Free silver offer is a 10% bonus in silver on qualifying purchases of premium mintage coins. $10,000 minimum purchase required. Bonus silver capped at $25,000 and credited to customer account. See goldencrestmetals.com for full terms.
Struggling to follow everyday conversations? Here.com can help. Meet the Horizon IX hearing aid. Nearly invisible and German engineered for the ultimate clarity. That's why over 670,000 people swear by Here.com. Try the Horizon IX for yourself with Here.com's 45-day no-risk trial. Call 844-HERE-300. That's 844-432-7300. Or go to Here.com. Again, call 844-432-7300. Or go to HEAR.com and claim your no-risk trial today.
Fix it, Frankie. This is Ethel. Well, how long has your air conditioner been broken? Must be hot in there. You're cooking eggs on your tile floor? With sauteed onions and bell peppers. Sounds delicious, sir, but about the air conditioner, my Frankie can fix that. Yes, he's on his way now. He likes them over easy with a little hot sauce on the side. Rye toast is perfect. Okay, bye now.
Fix It Frankie.
My Frankie can fix anything.
FixItFrankie.com.
Call Lund Mortgage. Get pre-qualified. Then go look at houses. 623-875-9940.
From the Whitfield Nurseries Weather Center.
Another warm up today with a high reaching 113 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear and 89 for your low. Tomorrow, even hotter, 114 the high. Then closing out Wednesday evening with mostly clear skies and a low of 90. I'm Matt Mattinson, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by the I-10 Wild Horse Pass Corridor projects, adding lanes to improve your commute. Arizona Department of Transportation is working to improve your commute between Phoenix and Casa Grande. The I-10 Wild Horse Pass Corridor project is underway. Before you travel through the project area, be sure to check out az511.com or visit i10whp.com for project alerts and updates.
Thanks to you, we're helping teachers bring more opportunities, creativity, and learning into their classrooms every day. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, making a real difference for teachers and students. And we're not done yet. Keep listening as we get ready to recognize and reward some truly inspiring educators. Celebrate this year's incredible teachers and the difference they're making at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
The iHeartRadio app. Now featuring presets. Make us number one.
I love it.
550 KFYI on the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to the Conservative Circus, 550 KFYI, 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app, also streaming live on YouTube at 550 KFYI.
Hey, got is something new and exciting on the YouTube page for those that are interested. You've heard Kelly Nash as a frequent fill-in here on 550 KFYI and 790 KNST. He also hosts the National Briefing. See how we did that with the name there? Every Saturday afternoon here on 550 KFYI. Pleased to announce that we have added Kelly Nash's daily commentary to our YouTube page. Just look for the playlist. It's titled The National Briefing. So you can hear more from our good friend, Kelly Nash.
Fantastic.
Oh, and Garrett's up there too.
Oh, Garrett's there too?
Yeah, Garrett's there too. Every day, 4 o'clock, he goes live. We like Garrett. He's a nice guy. Short in stature, but a nice guy. What he makes up for in height, he he makes up for it with goodwill and intent.
Hunter Biden was on with Bill Maher. Bill Maher, politics makes strange bedfellows. At one point in time, Bill Maher was the enemy. I mean, he's on the far left. He's a progressive. He still is. But he's recognized the crazies that have infiltrated and taken over his party. And so, as of late, he's been on point in some of his interviews and some of his observations. Recently, he had Hunter Biden on his show. And he was asking Hunter Biden some straight-up questions that I think, I actually enjoyed this interview.
Do you think, a little insight here, when you get a high-profile guest on a show, right, they go in a green room, and sometimes they, like, hey, can you make sure that this and that, I want a bottle of sparkling water. Do you think Hunter puts in his contract to appear on these shows, like, the number of crack rocks he needs?
I think Hunter Biden is clean.
I need 3 lines of Coke and a laptop with unfettered and unmonitored internet access.
I'm going to say something kind of shocking here.
Okay.
The Hunter Biden that I have seen over the last 2 weeks is actually approachable. Actually, somebody that you would want to sit down and maybe have a beer with. He's like he is not the same Hunter Biden as we've seen over the last 5 or 6 years, especially when his father was in office, when he was cracked out, drugged out. He's not the same Hunter Biden that I saw on the laptop. And I saw some of that stuff on the laptop. It's disturbing.
Yeah, once you engage in some of that behavior, though, that it stays with you.
It absolutely says.
Good
as
for
a matter
him.
of fact,
He cleaned up his
as a
life.
matter of fact, that's what Bill Maher brought up.
I'm so sick of all the things that we get into the weeds with, and I see you with another. Your laptop, your obituary. The third word will be laptop. Yeah. I don't. I know everything about the laptop. More things than I want to know. I've seen you. I've seen you with a crack pipe in your mouth. My question: are you running for president?
I'm here to announce. yeah, exactly.
Have you thought about that?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
No,
here's my thing. If I announce for president, then somebody should check and see if I relapsed. That's what I.
I'm sorry. I still think he's going to run. I do. I think he's laying the groundwork by doing all of these interviews. I know it's going to be 2028, but I think he's on a rehabilitation tour. Bill Maher was talking to Hunter Biden.
How deranged are the Democrats, and how bad a shape is that party in that Hunter Biden is the one that's going to pull them back to normalcy?
I am telling you, this is how deranged they are. But when you listen to Hunter Biden, I don't know if he's on a revenge tour for his father. He's on a rehabilitation tour for himself. But Bill Maher asked him the question: were you living off the privilege of your father? What about that job with Burisma?
I think a reasonable person who's not filled with hate would say, you both took advantage of some of your privileges by being the son of a president and vice president, and you also were a target in a way that a normal person would not have been. Is that fair?
There's a part of that that is fair. One of the things that people, I think, don't understand is that when my dad was president, I didn't do any business. I sold paintings. And I sold paintings to people that then had to testify before Congress under oath. I made an average of $225,000 a year.
But would you have been working for an energy company out of Ukraine? Was that really the thing you studied in school? And you got that job.
Right. I went to Yale Law School.
You got that job because you were just admitted it.
Yeah, 100%. As I've said on a million interviews, is that, I'm incredibly privileged. Beyond anyone's wildest imagination.
Yeah?
Not only because of who my dad was, but because of the father that he was. And so a lot of privilege comes from that. And I don't deny that.
And also,
I was a degenerate crackhead, doing degenerate crackhead things.
He used to be a degenerate crackhead. That's right.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff.
Hunter Biden, I'm telling you, something is up here. He's making this not just because he's broke. He is broke, by the way. He said he was making $250,000 a year off of his paintings when his father was in office.
He was selling them for like $500 large to his lawyer friend that was loaning. I just get those L words confused all the time.
Right. You understand this. But I'm telling you, he is cogent. He doesn't shy away. He'll go where the interviewer takes him, and he's not fumbling like he was, during the Biden presidency.
I was a degenerate crackhead.
He was a degenerate crackhead back then.
Hunter on the YouTube channel's mad at me.
Why?
Hunter's been sober for years, and apparently I have zero regard for people trying to better themselves. No, I'm glad he's sober and turned his life around. He doesn't have to be a media whore at the same time. And if he's going to put himself out there, I'm going to constantly remind people that he was on camera smoking a crack pipe, banging prostitutes, and I was told it was Russian disinformation.
That is fair. More than fair. Not only that, but like I said, I happened to see the Hunter Biden laptop on one of those Chinese servers. I can't. There's stuff I can't talk about. There's no way to.
I mean, if the left is going to continue to bring up Donald Trump's indiscretions in his past, then why can't we bring up Hunter Biden?
Could be a crackhead.
Well, he was
got hold to the wrong stuff.
He was a crackhead. He did get a hold to the wrong stuff. This guy, the fact that they're running him out here, to your point, some of the Democrats are just absolutely chagrined. They're horrified that Hunter Biden is out there. Please go away, take your father with you. Stop it. But he won't. Maybe that's the revenge part of this. But he is in far better shape now than he was when his father was in office.
I was a degenerate crackhead.
He was a degenerate crackhead back then, but he's not anymore.
Good for him.
I can't even look at you. The Democrat Socialists of America are communists that are out to destroy your family. You can hear this coming from their own mouth, and you will right after the news. You are listening to the Conservative Circus 550 KFYI 790 KNST in the free iHeartRadio app.
Jan on the street. Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. Summer's not over at the National Sales Event, so I'm taking to the streets to see how people are keeping summer fun going with a new Toyota. Excuse me, sir. How are you making summer last longer with your Toyota?
Going mudding in my Tundra.
Everybody loves a mud bath. Player with the jump shot. What about you?
Taking my RAV4 downtown to a rooftop restaurant to shoot my shot with Stacy.
Stacy's a lucky lady. Mom with the twins. Your turn.
Starting a true crime podcast in my Grand Highlander while the kids are at day camp.
Oh, I know the one. It's juicy. Man with the ball. And you?
Driving my BZ to the park to play kickball with friends. Kickball is life.
I want that to be my life, too. Well, those are some great ways to extend summer. See you next time. Jan on the street.
Event ends August 31st. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you feel trapped by your low interest rate? 25 years of payments left and you'd like to move, but you can't afford with the current interest rates? Then you need to check out the Life Changer loan, where you can pay off in just a few short years without changing a dime of spending habit, regardless of the rate environment. You see, when you can do your banking inside your mortgage, it's not about the rate, it's about cash flow. It's not magic, it's just math. So learn more at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
If you run a business and need to get your message to your next customers fast, nothing is faster than audio with iHeart. Let us help you grow your business at the speed of sound today at 844-844-iHeart.
Hi, guys. This is the Rocket Roger Clemens. You don't pitch in the majors for 24 years without feeling it later. Shoulders, elbows, knees. Trust me, pain doesn't retire when you do.
That's baseball legend Roger Clemens.
I tried the ice. I tried rest, PT, nothing really worked. When I heard about QC Kinetics, the concept sounded promising. Non-surgical regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself without surgery. Sign me up. Just what I needed. Real lasting relief.
Whether you're a former pro, a weekend golfer, or just want to walk around pain-free again, QC Kinetics uses cutting-edge technology and natural biologics to help restore restore and repair damaged tissue.
I trusted them with my joints. Now I'm back doing what I love.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 602-837-7246 in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. That's 837-7246, 837-7246.
Did you know SRP is a not-for-profit utility? So what does that mean for you? It means everything we do is done with you in mind, like offering flexible rates, payment plans for every income level, and best-in-class reliability. It also allows us to make decisions that benefit our community. As a not-for-profit, SRP prioritizes power, water, and you. Find savings, reliability, and more at srp.net/value.
The name to remember? Mark Kia? Mark Kia. See our full inventory at markkia.com now.
From the Republic Monetary Exchange Studio, this is KFYI Phoenix, KYOT HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
An arrest made in the case of a murdered Tucson police recruit. From the 550 KFYI Newsroom, I'm Matt Mattinson. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says 33-year-old Alex Barnett was taken into custody last night following a barricade situation at an apartment complex in Tucson. It happened last night around 6 p.m. near Camino Seco and Broadway when authorities served a search warrant. The standoff lasted 3 hours before Barnett surrendered. Some apartments were evacuated during that time and no one was hurt. This all stems from the murder of 23-year-old Carlos Ramirez, as well as the shooting injury of his fiancée. Another suspect, Santiago Rogers, was arrested over the weekend. The U.S. is reopening a border crossing in Arizona to allow cattle from Mexico into the country, despite concerns about a flesh-eating parasite. Fox's Tom Graham explains.
The Agriculture Department says concern about the New World screwworm are easing. The parasitic flies coming into the U.S. attached to livestock are seen as a major threat to the U.S. cattle industry. The Trump administration previously shut down bovine border crossings, but Monday the White House announced it would open up a cattle crossing in Douglas, Arizona. The move is part of a broader effort to bring down U.S. beef prices. In the future, the administration hopes to reopen crossings in New Mexico and Texas. Tom Graham, Fox News.
The Hawk Fire near Reno, Nevada is starting to be contained. The fire, which started Saturday, has destroyed more than 30 homes and forced thousands to evacuate. In the meantime, officials are asking people to avoid flying drones near the fire. Now we'll look at your money. The Dow is currently up 36 points to 53,453. Let's take a look at traffic.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
Route 101 in the southbound direction dealing with crash activity that has closed the freeway in between Bell Road and Thunderbird. Try and avoid that area if you can. Then in the East Valley, the 101 southbound near Rio Salado Parkway, a collision off right, and some police activity has closed Dunlap in between 43rd Avenue and 35th Avenue. If you have a traffic tip, call 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Pro-Life Across America.
Hi, I'm Angie. Did you know a billboard can save a baby's life? It's true. You can make a difference by helping us spread the pro-life message to reach those who are struggling with an unplanned pregnancy. Please make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
From the Weather Center, here's Fox 10's Crystal Ortiz.
Expect a hot one. The forecast high climbing to 114 degrees this afternoon, which should set a record for the date. Plenty of sunshine, dry conditions, and as we head into tonight, very little relief with a forecast low temperature of 90 degrees.
93 right now in Phoenix. Your next news at 8:27 on News Talk 550 KFYI. Guaranteed human.
As the Marxists continue their march, our culture is circling the drain.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the Conservative Circus with James T. Harris.
All throughout the top of the hour break, Aaron has been raging and ranting. I guess the comment from the section saying that he should be showing some sympathy for Hunter Biden really got under his skin. And some of the points that Aaron was very, very vocal about is, I think, are valid. It goes to where we are as a society. A generation or two ago, would we be entertaining Hunter Biden? Will we be entertaining a character like Hunter Biden who has done some of the things? These are not accusations. The crack use, the cocaine in the White House, the walking around naked, the relations with his sister-in-law, the underage girls. I'll say allegation there, but that was on the laptop. The prostitutes
of his own daughter. A generation ago, the only time we would have seen Hunter Biden in the media is if he was doing a feel-good Barbara Walters interview about his book about redemption. And the entire interview would have been his rise from the ashes out of the grips of addiction, maybe as a PSA for people that were suffering from the same symptoms.
He did have one of those.
Right,
he did have that. He did have that redemption interview.
You know what? But I don't need to hear his astute political commentary. You're a crackhead. Sorry, you're a recovering crackhead. And by the way, your father stood up when he was president of the United States and called me a garbage person. Why? Because I'm white, Christian, and conservative. And I'm supposed to show you grace? Your family told me I was the gravest threat to America because I was white and Christian. That's all I'm going to say.
Are you done? I mean, hey, man, get it out. Yeah, get it out.
I'm supposed to show you great.
Listen, this is what needs to be said. You are absolutely correct. It is the white Christian male that was under attack. He put the bullseye on you in the same way Iran's putting the bullseye on Barron Trump. You had the Biden administration and Democrats put that on you. This is the man that opened up the borders and let tens of millions of people in here, and then allowed for the United States to take ICE and use them as a Uber service to put them in red states to affect the election. This is the man who went to full tyranny during the lockdowns, making children mask up, not allowing you to use drugs that were proven to be effective. This is the man that caused the loss of jobs, that dampened the economy, the people dropping out of the military because of his mandates. This is the man.
And then when he was so cracked out that he left his personal laptop that had all the incriminating evidence on it.
Not one, but two laptops, but go ahead.
He and the Democrat machine tried to hide it, he didn't own up to it like a recovering addict.
No, he didn't.
He didn't say, oh, that was part of my past life. I regret my behaviors.
No,
I'm a changed man. No,
he didn't.
It was Russian disinformation.
Yep.
It was hashtag fake news. And it was ring. Hey, this is Hunter Biden. I'd be real. Hey, Zuck. Yeah, could you cover up this story for me? So, yeah, I'll show him. I'm glad he turned his life around. Now, get the hell off my TV, you crackhead. Go spend some time with Navy Biden, the daughter that you abandoned and wouldn't let into the family.
You know what? To your point, he was having a conversation with Bill Maher about it. I don't know if I pulled this down, but he was talking about what it meant to his kids, how it was a rough time, and didn't mention Navy. Navy obviously was not a part of that conversation because she's not a part of his life. And you're totally abandoned. And Joe and Grandma. Grandma and Grandpa cut the child out.
Reluctantly. Remember, reluctantly. It was only when they were confronted about it time and time again did they include her name in like the White House. Got all the great.
Okay, you know what? And again, this is all we had a listener, I believe, was he on YouTube or was he on...
watch her on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, watch her on
I
YouTube.
Need to show grace and sympathy.
Well, I am glad that you kicked the rock, but I don't need to hear your political opinion about anything. I don't need you. I only made $250,000 a year selling water cutters. Please, sir, you only sold water cutters because your father was the vice president, the president. It was selling to Access. And yeah, you're a lawyer, but how did you get the seat on Burisma? Yeah, we don't need to. I mean, I'm glad Bill Maher asked him those questions, but the fact that this cat is making the rounds, he's with Tucker Carlson, he's all over the place making the rounds as a pundit in defense of his father is utterly ridiculous. Utterly. Okay. Coming up next. You all right? Yeah, you are.
Sometimes
you
being
feel
on
better.
the show can be cathartic.
You feel better. I can tell. We had to do this because you were popping off. I mean, you were. Pablo was concerned. He was like, "Is he all right in there?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. You know, just a garbage human being doing garbage human being things, according to the former president of the United States.
We got some hidden tapes. They were hidden. Now they're out. The true agenda of the Democrat socialists, who are really Marxists, is out. And it really is everything we told you. But because you hear them saying it, it really is terrifying. Stay tuned. Here's a personal invitation from Jim Clark and the people at Republic Monetary Exchange. And it's not just for you. Bring your friends, your family, or your colleagues, anyone who wants to understand what Washington is doing to your money. Come in and have a conversation. No obligation, no pressure, just information. They'll explain why the purchasing power of your dollars keeps falling, why central banks around the world, including China, continue buying gold, and how Washington's massive debt combined with higher interest costs could put even more pressure on your financial future. Most importantly, they'll explain how gold and silver can be used to help protect what you've worked so hard to build. Jim Clark and his team have helped thousands of people understand precious metals, and they'll answer your questions too. So accept the invitation. Stop by Republic Monetary Exchange on Camelback, just east of 40th Street in Phoenix. Call 602-682-GOLD or visit rmegold.com.
From the Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
Still dealing with a closure in the Northwest Valley. The Loop 101 southbound shut down for you between Bell and Thunderbird. Serious crash there and big time delays. Try and avoid the area if you can. Also, the westbound 101 near 67th Avenue. A collision blocking up that right auxiliary lane. And a wreck on the 101 southbound in the East Valley near Rio Salado Parkway. If you have a traffic tip, call 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Pro-Life Across America.
Hi, I'm Angie. Did you know a billboard can save a baby's life? It's true. You can make a difference by helping us spread the pro-life message to reach those who are struggling with an unplanned pregnancy. Please make a gift today. Visit prolifeacrossamerica.org.
Ouch. Fauci lying to us while pushing the vax.
Thank you very much.
While lining his pockets.
Garrett Lewis.
Not science.
This afternoon at 4.
That's corruption.
550 KFYI.
It's really a great pleasure.
Set a preset on the iHeartRadio app.
If you've been searching for a gift that's truly one of a kind, I've got an idea you'll love. At SmileTunes.com, you can create a custom song for your sweetheart using your own memories and love story. It's personal, meaningful, and guaranteed to make them smile. Whether you're celebrating an anniversary, a proposal, or just want to remind them how much they mean to you, there's no gift quite like hearing your story in a song. Visit SmileTunes.com and start creating today.
If you're the type of person who wants data, not assumptions, Prenuvo's whole body scan gives you a deep understanding of your health. Screen for over 500 conditions, including many cancers, autoimmune disorders, neurodegenerative diseases, and more. Add blood panels to test over 80 biomarkers. And you've got information about your body you may never have had before. Book your scan at Prenuvo.com. That's Prenuvo.com.
The Mazda More to Move You sales event is going on now at Mark Mazda in Scottsdale.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 602-855-9542 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. Call 602-855-9542 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 602-855-9542 for fast, easy, and affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinic treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 602-855-9542.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
Do you want to walk, play pickleball, and enjoy other fun activities to stay healthy, but you can't because of bad feet? Hi, this is Mike, and the Good Feet store wants to help.
I just had difficulty walking. I tried them on in the store, and my foot felt so much better.
Do you keep buying new shoes and inserts with little or no relief?
I tried all kinds of shoes. It was the arch supports that made the difference from the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet, knees, or back problems get in the way of staying healthy and having fun.
Thanks to the Good Feet store, I'm bowling 3 nights a week.
Get back to doing what you love. At the Good Feet store, we'll personally fit you with high-quality arch supports to maximize your comfort. Stop in the Good Feet store or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Walk into any of the 5 convenient Valley stores in Glendale, Gilbert, Goodyear, Ahwatukee, or Scottsdale.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
You don't pay for iHeartRadio. Our advertisers do. That's why it's always been and always will be 100% free. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
One stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
If you have great credit but still in a traditional mortgage, then you will most likely spend 25 years longer in debt than you have to. Learn about the Life Changer loan where you can do your banking inside of your mortgage, where the average client pays off their home in just 5 years and saves over $250,000 in interest and keeps 24/7 access to their equity. The future of banking and mortgage is here. It's not magic. It's just math. So learn more at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031 NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp. With an equal housing lender.
Fix it, Frankie. This is Ethel. Well, how long has your air conditioner been broken? Must be hot in there. You're cooking eggs on your tile floor? With sauteed onions and bell peppers. Sounds delicious, sir, but about the air conditioner, my Frankie can fix that. Yes, he's on his way now. He likes them over easy with a little hot sauce on the side. Rye toast is perfect. Okay, bye now.
Fix It Frankie.
My Frankie can fix anything.
FixItFrankie.com.
Another warm up today with a high reaching 113 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear and 89 for your low. Tomorrow, even hotter, 114 the high. Then closing out Wednesday evening with mostly clear skies and a low of 90. I'm Matt Mattinson, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Staples. All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Everyone wants answers. I'm just really confused about what happened that day.
A new podcast series, Fault Line Haditha, tells the story of a shocking crime and a cover-up at the highest levels of the United States Marine Corps.
If you've got 5 players and you offer immunity to 4, you better be right about the 5th. Because if you're not, then you've just given immunity to your killer.
Listen to Fault Line Haditha on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Fault Line Haditha and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Truth, justice, and the Hannity way. Sean Hannity. Today at 1 on your smart speaker. Say, play 550 KFYI.
You're listening to the Conservative Circus 550 KFYI 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app, streaming live on YouTube at 550 KFYI.
You know how they say politics means straightens bedfellows?
Yes, I do.
Well, something happened.
What?
Over the commercial break. I think I'm going to take his vindication. And
that you were right on the money?
That I was right.
It was righteous?
Righteous anger against Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Jill Biden, Beau Biden, anybody with the name Biden. Because I just heard from friend of the show, Bob in Tucson.
Stop it.
I agree with you 100% there, big boy.
If Bob and I can find common ground.
We are the world. We are the children.
Yeah.
There comes a time when you need a help.
Like
He's right.
And Ivory.
He was, it was righteous. That was righteous. You know what? While we're still on this, let's just get this out there. We were taken to the woodshed, lightly chastised because we did not bring up the fact.
Oh, yeah, Hunter Biden was charged and convicted on federal gun charges.
Yes, he was.
And the only reason it's not is because Daddy had to pardon him, even though Daddy said he wasn't going to pardon him.
Correct.
Daddy's a stone cold liar.
Well, wasn't it did he do that one himself, or was that the pardon pen?
It's hard to tell anymore.
Right.
The auto pen.
The auto pen.
And no, by the way, thanks to everybody on YouTube that's bringing up, I'm not being hypocritical because the owner of the San Francisco 49ers, we found out.
Dude, that was in a trailer park.
A trailer park paid $142 for some strange from a prostitute.
You left that out, that he went to a trailer park.
I didn't know about it yesterday, the trailer park aspect of it in East Palestine, Ohio, where he was just trying to support a local economy
How
that
low
was
can
devastated
you
by
go?
the train derailment.
He was in a trailer park in East Palestine. Come on. That's like Appalachia. I mean, come on.
I mean, he's got problems. But you know what he didn't do? He wasn't caught on video camera smoking crack with the said prostitute.
He was just with the toothless prostitute over there in the Appalachia.
You don't know that she was toothless just because she's from the sticks. I mean, her teeth might have fallen out because all the contaminants in the water over there, but you leave Jed York alone.
Who goes to East Palestine? Is he from there? I mean, that must be family.
The whole York and DeBartolo family has ties to that area of Ohio. That's where they started. So I don't know.
Wow.
But yes.
Still better than Hunter Biden.
Yes.
Okay. Just so we get that shit clear.
Throwing it out there for everybody that wants to try and rib me about it. You know this means, I mean, Kyle Shanahan got into a car accident. The owner gets picked up. We're winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We're going 0-17. There's no in between.
It's going to be 0-17. I think you guys your luck has run out in San Francisco. Let me see here. Do I have time to do this justice? I don't know if I have time to do this justice. We want to talk about the socialist. No, we'll push this back a little bit. The socialists who are telling you that they want the death of the nuclear family. They're telling you.
Yeah, we need a little bit more time to let that breathe. I think.
Let me do this.
Why don't we talk about the WNBA and their absurdity?
Okay, we could do that.
I mean, since we're talking about, athletes and team owners being on crack, the whole WNBA yesterday came out and said that two trans women, self-identified trans women, Royce White and Enes Kanter Freedom, can't play in the league.
Here's what I don't understand. I mean, the hypocrisy on the whole WNBA thing is numbing. First of all, we have CBS News treating this as if it is a serious issue. Who's the guy who announced that Biden after the elections? Was that Garrett came out making this is serious? I'm already hearing from people that he needs to withdraw his name from the.
That's John King.
Was that John King? I think this is John King too. I think this was John King over at CBS News.
No, John King is on CNN.
Okay, then I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
Different.
A different heavyweight. Listen to this. They bring him in to talk about collective bargaining and the WNBA.
So here's what the collective bargaining agreement reads for the WNBA. Quote, only players who are women are eligible to play in the WNBA. That is exactly the same language that the collective bargaining agreement has for the National Women's Soccer League and the Professional Women's Hockey League. It does not, however, define to the satisfaction of those who are curious about this.
To those who are
like
curious.
Enes Kanter, what a woman is. Exactly.
You wouldn't think you'd even have to have a conversation.
But we are in a place now where there is this dialogue about what is that definition and how does it apply to the league. And even Caitlin Clark said, look, the league governing body has to figure this out, has to decide those definitions because you can't leave it up to the player.
This is so disingenuous. How are you going to have Gayle King? It's a shock that we even have to have this conversation. What are you talking about, Gayle? You've got a Supreme Court justice on your side who can't define what a woman is. Now, all of a sudden, because it's inconvenient, because there's a loophole in your contract, now all of a sudden, we have to even assume this. Why do we even have to have this question? Enes Kanter.
Oh, we do have to have this conversation because you don't even have to go to the Supreme Court because you had a coach. You have the president of the WNBA that came out and said, well, they're not biologists. They can't really know. So who are we to say that Enes Kanter Freedom, who has decided he wants to live life as a woman for purposes of playing basketball?
But everybody knows that he's not being serious. Everybody knows
so
they can
we
look
know what's
inside.
in his heart?
Yes, that's what they're saying. Nate Burleson, I guess who did he used to play for?
Nate Burleson was in the NFL.
Right.
I believe he was a Giant, maybe.
Okay.
I think, but yeah, he's now, crossed over into media.
Listen, he's just more than crossed over into media. He's crossed over into lunacy. Listen to this.
And I know his shirt was pointing to his statement that he wanted to make. And my concern with him is not about his right to free speech.
Yeah.
It's his inability to have restraint when he's in a professional setting. As a former athlete myself and him as a former NBA player, how can you go there, sit that close to the court, and then get that involved with the player
what are you
doing her job?
Talking about?
So for me, and him being an athlete that's been on the other side of that had to deal with fans stopping and harassing him while he's playing. Yeah. How come he didn't just sit there, make your point with your shirt, enjoy the game just like every other fan?
I can appreciate the point he wanted to make, but the way he did it, I think, has a lot of people going,
yes.
I'm not so sure.
All of this is misconstrued. He was sitting there. The player saw his shirt and reacted to it.
Yeah.
He
started chirping at him, much like the owner of the Seattle Storm started chirping at those two young girls who were sitting courtside wearing an XXXY shirt. They weren't yelling at the players. They weren't being obscene at the players. By the way, I was wrong. Nate Burleson played for the Vikings, the Lions, the Browns. Of course, he played for the god-awful Seahawks.
That's why I didn't like him. The Lions and the who? The Vikings?
Vikings, Lions, Browns, and the Sea Pukes.
Horrible player. Had to have been.
He had 457 receptions for 5,630 yards in his career.
Is that good?
He played for. He was in the league for over a decade. I mean, it's hard to say he didn't suck, but I mean, he did because he played for the Seahawks.
We've got another Meet the Candidates segment coming up. This is a gentleman who wants to be mine inspector. We'll explain what that is all about. Stay tuned. Arizona storms can do serious damage to your roof. And sometimes, before the rain even stops, here comes the guy knocking on your door. Folks, don't let desperation turn you into somebody's next sale. Before you sign anything, call the Arizona Roofing Company you know and trust, Keiko Roofing. For more than 32 years, Keiko has been taking care of Arizona homeowners under the same local family-based ownership. They're established, experienced, and they are going to be here long after the storm chasers have picked up and moved on. And remember this, a roofing warranty is only as good as the company standing behind it. After more than 3 decades in the Valley, Keiko has proven they are not going anywhere. Monsoon is here. And if you know you have a problem or even think you might, call now for your free roof checkup. Keiko doesn't cut corners. They use quality materials and do the job correctly. Protect your roof, protect your home, protect your wallet. Call Keiko Roofing today. They're crazy about quality. Visit KeikoRoofing.com and you be sure to tell them James T. sent you.
The man wanted in connection to the murder of a Tucson police recruit is under arrest. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says 33-year-old Alex Barnett was taken into custody last night following a barricade situation at a Tucson apartment complex near Camino Seco and Broadway. The standoff lasted 3 hours before Barnett surrendered. No one was hurt. President Trump is pondering changing the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America as the trade war between the United States and Canada continues. He wrote on Truth Social that his administration is giving serious thought to the move since, quote, we don't expect to doing much business with Ontario any longer. Trade tensions between the two nations have escalated after Canada's Prime Minister removed negotiators from trade talks with the U.S. Primary elections are going down in 3 states with a major focus on South Carolina. That's where President Trump-backed Republican Senator Darlene Graham is facing Congressman Ralph Norman in the state's Republican Senate primary runoff. Arizona is considered above average when it comes to teen driving. That's according to a new study by Wallet Hub. The financial site looked at all 50 states on things like safety, economic environment, and driving laws. Arizona placed in the middle of the pack at 25, scoring high points in the laws category. And now let's check your traffic.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
I-10 in the westbound direction dealing with crash activity now near Baseline. They're going to be blocking up that right lane. Make sure you stay to the left to get by. Also, the 101 headed westbound dealing with a wreck. This one right around the 67th Avenue off-ramp. And the 101 southbound in Tempe. You've got a collision off-right. Delays, though, back to McKellips. If you have a traffic tip, call 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll share the story of how the jukebox changed our culture and our lives forever. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have time to rehab a surgery and an operation at this point in my life. I didn't want to take time off my kids' activities.
That's why former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter turned to QC Kinetics. We couldn't be happier saving our patients like him from operating rooms and long recoveries.
I've been able to resume like normal activity for me, which is a lot of running. It's a lot of workouts. I've been very, very blessed with how it's been able to hold up.
For so long, patients have accepted surgery as the only solution. But with new technologies, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics use regenerative treatments, your body's own biologics, to help heal and restore knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
I actually ran into a friend of mine over at our golf course, and he had his knee done. It felt so well. He'd got his shoulder done. He goes, I can't thank you enough. He'd heard the commercial on the air, and so it's feeling great.
Find out how you can avoid surgery and finally get relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 602-837-PAIN. That's 602-837-PAIN. 602-837-PAIN.
When it comes to supplements, 2 things matter most. A, that it works, and that you can trust it. Rather than just tell you about Relief Factor, we'll let our audience do that. We hear from people every single day whose lives have changed, and I want you to hear a few of their stories. Doug took Relief Factor for nearly a year before convincing his wife, a special needs teacher, to try it. She had been using assistance just to move through the long hallways at school. Now she's back on her feet every day and never had to leave the job that she loves. I remember when buttoning my shirt was almost impossible, but Relief Factor changed how I'm able to do it and the simple things again. And they make it really easy now for you to find out if you can be the next person that's telling us about Relief Factor and how it gave you your life back. 3 weeks, $17.76. Try it. ReliefFactor.com, 800-4RELIEF. You'll connect with their friendly local team, and they'll do everything they can to help. We hope you soon will be sharing your story with us as well. ReliefFactor.com.
Roger and Tracy F. saved over $18,400. Cynthia was recovering from a family tragedy and saved over $10,300. If you're overwhelmed by credit card debt, then call Debt Blue. Debt Blue is a professional debt negotiation firm with over 20 years of experience, helping people pay back only a fraction of the debt they owe. Learn how to cut your debt up to half or maybe more. Be debt-free in 24 to 48 months, even with bad credit, with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Debt Blue offers a success guarantee. You pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved.
I would absolutely recommend somebody calling Debt Blue because the money that they saved you, the headache that they saved you.
Call now for significant debt relief at 800-200-0788. That's 800-200-0788. This program works if you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000. Call now for your free consultation. 800-200-0788. That's 800-200-0788.
550 KFYI. The news you need when you need it. Guaranteed human.
You're listening to the Conservative Circus 550 KFYI 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app. We are also broadcasting live on YouTube, 550 KFYI. It's time for another edition of Meet the Candidate, where we introduce you to the men and women asking for your vote this November. Today, we're talking about one of Arizona's most unique statewide offices, State Mine Inspector. Arizona is the only state in the nation that elects its mine inspector, and while most voters don't think much about the position, it's responsible for mine safety, abandoned mine hazards, miner training, and other things. Our guest is Les Presmick, the current state mine inspector. He was appointed to the office in 2025 and is now running for a full 4-year term. Les, welcome to the Center Ring. Let's start with the obvious question most every listener is going to ask. What does the Arizona State Mine Inspector actually do, and why should people who've never set foot in a mine care who holds this office?
Well, your introduction was excellent. Thank you very much. My job and my responsibility is not just about the safety of miners. It's also about public safety regarding going out and securing abandoned mine lands. We believe that there are about 100,000 claims out there that should have some sort of hole dug in them. We found 11,000, and we're out working to make sure that we secure those so that people don't inadvertently fall in them. So it's not just about those folks that work at mines, those that need the training to work at mines, but the general public safety to keep them from driving into one of these mine shafts.
You know, that's pretty wild. I just saw a special, I think of maybe on Instagram, where people were going through and exploring mine shafts. I'm like, well, who's in charge of that? That seems pretty dangerous to me, and it sounds like that's what you do. You spent your entire career in Arizona mining. What experiences over the last 45 years have best prepared you for this job that simply can't be learned in an office?
So, yes, I graduated from the College of Mines at the University of Arizona 50-plus years ago. I spent 44 years as a mining engineer working in various capacities, all kinds of production, both underground and in surface mines. And you have to deal with safety on a daily basis to make sure that everyone that works for you goes home to their families at the end of the shift, basically in one piece and ready to enjoy their personal time and then come back to work the next day.
Governor Katie Hobbs, a Democrat, appointed you, a Republican, to this position. What do you think she saw in your qualifications, and does that demonstrate this office should be about competence rather than politics?
This job is one of only 2 elected positions that have job qualifications. In order to hold this job, a person has to have at least 8 years of operational and management experience in mining and at least 4 years of mining in Arizona. When Paul Marsh, my predecessor, resigned, Governor Hobbs was required to appoint another Republican in his place. I was 7 Republican applicants, including, as I understand, there was at least 1 woman who applied. So Governor Hobbs could have, for the first time in 110, 115 years of this office, appointed a woman to that position. But after the interviews and her evaluation of the candidates, it's safe to say, and I'm comfortable saying, that she chose not only the right person in me, but the most competent person. And this is one of those few positions where it is all about competency and qualifications and experience. And I bring 44 years of safe mining, engineering, and production experience to this job.
We have Les Presmick in the Center Ring. He is the current state mine inspector. He wants you to sign him up for 4 more years. Les, President Trump has emphasized rebuilding American mining and producing more critical minerals here at home instead of relying on China. What role does Arizona play in that effort? And how do we expand mining while maintaining world-class safety standards?
So Arizona is certainly blessed with its copper resources. If we were our own country, we would be number 5 in the world in copper production. We produce 72% of American copper here, and there are at least 5 new projects that will be coming online in the next 5 to 8 years that will up that total by at least 50%. So we will continue to produce copper. We'll be producing a number of the other critical metals and minerals that President Trump has put on his list, and we're looking at other ways and other opportunities like lithium for batteries and some of the rare earth metals that are not as prevalent in Arizona, but there are companies spending significant amounts of money to explore and see if we have mineable quantities of that. And the question about how do we increase production and maintain safety standards, safety is not something that we think about as an afterthought. It is an integral part of every one of the mines that I oversee, that I have visited, and all the mining people that I talk to today. Safety is just part of their psyche. It's not something that we say, well, we have to consider safety or let's talk about safety. We're talking about safety to keep people safe, and how do we improve our mining technology. For example, at Baghdad, all of their haul trucks now are autonomous.
Oh.
So there isn't a single person that's exposed to the hazards, potential hazards of driving one of those haul trucks. There were about 130 truck drivers that were affected by that. Not a single one of them lost their jobs. They were all offered transfer opportunities and or retraining to keep them at the mine and working there.
Now, Les, if people want to know about your campaign and know more about your run, where do they go?
I'm on Facebook at Les Presmick, and you just have to be able to spell my last name. It's Presmyk, and my website, lespresmick.com.
Excellent. Les Presmick. He wants to be the mine inspector. And I'll tell you what, he was appointed by the governor, and you heard his pedigree. Keep his name in mind when it comes to the November elections. Coming up next, latest CNN polling shows Americans trust Republicans more than Democrats. That can't be good.
I don't know much about mining, but I do know a lot about selling a car and what a hassle it can be when you're trying to get the most money as fast as possible. That is why I like GiveMeTheVin.com. GiveMeTheVin.com will pay you more than CarMax or Carvana, or they will give you $100, and they make the process super easy. You go to GiveMeTheVin.com, you put in your car's VIN, you answer a couple of questions, in a matter of minutes, you will get an offer to see what your car is worth. You like that offer? You agree to sell your car? Well, then you just drop it off to GiveMeTheVin.com, or they will come pick it up from you. GiveMeTheVin.com is fast, it's easy, and they make selling a car hassle-free. It's why GiveMeTheVin.com has become America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
From the Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
I-10 in the westbound direction dealing with crash activity now near Baseline. They're going to be blocking up that right lane. Make sure you stay to the left to get by. Also, the 101 headed westbound dealing with a wreck. This one right around the 67th Avenue off-ramp. And the 101 southbound in Tempe, you've got a collision off-right. Delays, though, back to McKellips. If you have a traffic tip, call 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Ace Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Before Arizona heat turns unbearable, get your AC ready with Ace Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Call Ace today at 602-536-4475 for a free estimate, or visit them online at acehomeaz.com.
Glenn Beck, time check. We are in critical times. Take some time to listen. I'll show you what's going on tonight at 7. Have no fear, but do have information.
550 KFYI on the free iHeartRadio app.
Gold has hit near record highs, and many Americans are discovering they can move part of their existing IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver without paying taxes or penalties. It's called a rollover, and Golden Crest Metals helps investors do it every day. No cash out, no complicated paperwork, no hassle. Golden Crest is a nationally recognized precious metals firm seen on Fox Business and CNBC with an A- BBB rating and 5-star reviews. Plus, right now, receive up to $25,000 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. Call 888-447-7857 now. That's 888-447-7857. Call 888-447-7857. Not a financial advisor. Precious metals involve risk. Free silver offer is a 10% bonus in silver on qualifying purchases of premium mintage coins. $10,000 minimum purchase required. Bonus silver capped at $25,000 and credited to customer account. See goldencrestmetals.com for full terms.
CEOs You Should Know gives you an opportunity to learn from some of the top business executives across Arizona and the country. Hi, it's Rich Barra. Come and join me by searching CEOs You Should Know Phoenix on your free iHeartRadio app.
The countdown to the NFL season is on, and Fox Sports Radio is where you join the conversation with the Dan Patrick Show.
You got some interesting scenarios here.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
You have to strike when the iron is hot in the NFL.
And more. Download the iHeartRadio app, search NFL, and listen now.
Looking for a gift that'll melt their heart? Head to SmileTunes.com and create a custom song made just for your special someone. Every lyric tells your story. Every note comes from the heart. Visit SmileTunes.com and start your song today.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-IHEART.
Paid for by government. Have you heard? The United States Mint has released the first ever dual date 1776 to 2026 American Eagle silver dollar in collector quality. Minted in 99.9% pure silver with the 1 year only Liberty Bell 250th special privy to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Coin experts are calling this an amazing limited time opportunity for anyone that knows the enduring popularity of the Silver Eagle. These limited edition collector quality Silver Eagles are brand new, bright and shiny legal tender coins minted at the iconic West Point Mint. Call now and you are guaranteed a new 99.9% pure silver dual dated 1 year only issue Silver Eagle. The first time in history this has happened. But with limited quantities, you must call now to order. To learn more, call 1-800-935-7267. If you order now, you'll receive a free collector bonus of $50 value free with every order. Call 1-800-935-7267 now to secure your new 2026 American Silver Eagle before they are gone.
Did you know SRP is a not-for-profit utility? So what does that mean for you? It means everything we do is done with you in mind, like offering flexible rates, payment plans for every income level, and best-in-class reliability. It also allows us to make decisions that benefit our community. As a not-for-profit, SRP prioritizes power, water, and you. Find savings, reliability, and more at srp.net/value.
In less than 10 minutes, you can find out if you're a good candidate for the Life Changer loan. You know the loan where you can do your banking inside of your mortgage and pay off in just a few short years and save 6 figures in interest? If you have great credit and are good with your money, then you absolutely should not be in a traditional mortgage regardless of the rate that you have. The future of banking and mortgage is here. It's not magic, it's just math. So learn more at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775, Life Changer Loan Corp. is an equal housing lender.
Another warm up today with a high reaching 113 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear and 89 for your low. Tomorrow, even hotter, 114 the high. Then closing out Wednesday evening with mostly clear skies and a low of 90. I'm Matt Mattinson, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Precision Air and Plumbing.
Hello, everybody. I'm Eric Bryan. At Precision Air and Plumbing, we're celebrating America's 250th the Precision Way with $2,500 off the new AC unit, 0% financing for 60 months, and the Valley's only 10-year workmanship warranty. Make the Precision decision today.
Thanks to you, we're helping teachers bring more opportunities, creativity, and learning into their classrooms every day. iHeartRadio's Think a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, making a real difference for teachers and students. And we're not done yet. Keep listening as we get ready to recognize and reward some truly inspiring educators. Celebrate this year's incredible teachers and the difference they're making at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
I like
hearing what people have to say.
It's all the stuff that matters to me.
Where the conversation begins.
News Talk 550, KFYI. Set a preset on the new iHeartRadio app.
You are listening to the Conservative Circus 550 KFYI 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app, and we are also streaming live on YouTube at 550 KFYI. There are two polls out there that have me with a smile on my face right now. Not that I heavily invested in polls, but it's no matter what the left does, no matter what the media does trying to spin stuff, the American people are moving in a decided direction. And I don't believe it's towards socialism. I don't believe it's towards Marxism. It's towards common sense. And one of the things that has both parties in trouble, Republicans and Democrats, is when you look at the Senate, you have the American people who they want voter ID. They want the FAIR Act to pass.
The Save America Act has the approval of anywhere between 70 to 80% of Americans, depending on who you believe.
And Harry Enton, CNN pollster, has this information, and he just laid it out there plain.
Take a look here. Favorite photo ID to vote. 85% of white people favor it. 82% of Latino. 76% of black Americans favor it. So the bottom line is this. Voter ID is not controversial in this country. A photo ID to vote is not controversial in this country. It is not controversial by party, and it is not controversial by race. The vast majority of Americans agree with Nicki Minaj that, in fact, you should have a photo ID to be able to vote. So
it's not that difficult. Yet they can't get it to pass the Senate.
Well, we don't have the votes, James.
How is that possible?
Well, because Lisa Murkowski there, she says married women it would be an inconvenience to have to update their ID, and they'll get turned away at the polls.
Right. Well, you know what? Yeah, you got your Lisa Murkowskis and stuff doing that, but you also have all of the Democrats walking in lockstep.
You can't expect us to want to have to show voter ID to photo ID to vote, or we'd lose in more races than we win, and we can't have that.
So there it is.
You're trying to undermine democracy.
Yeah, I am. Actually, I believe in a republic. But you have the American people, they're against the political classes right now because the political classes are trying to appease their own agenda, advance their own agenda against the will of the people. But these polls, that wasn't ideological. That was common sense. Yeah, you got to have an ID to vote. You got to prove who you are to vote, just like you have to have an ID to buy liquor. You have to have an ID to get on a plane and travel somewhere. It's common sense. But common sense, if there's more common sense, Democrats don't win office. And I am telling you, the elite, the club that is the Senate, those Republicans are right there with the Democrats. They don't have the same agenda as you. They don't have the same agenda as Trump. Harry Enton also had another very interesting poll. Who is supporting the Democrat Party?
The fact that Trump's economic net approval rating is negative, that all of a sudden Democrats are trusted more? They are not trusted more. Look at this. Party that, well, isn't that interesting? Sometimes you get the slide cut off a little bit here, but there we go. We'll put that P right there. Party white non-college trust more on the economy. Look at this. It's Republicans plus 16 points. Republicans are still trusted more on the economy. And this gets back to what I'm saying here. What is this? What is this? Hold on. It's not a, give me this. It's not a question mark. It's an exclamation point. It's an exclamation point from Kate, my producer. Everyone sucks. Everyone sucks. Everybody sucks. That's what's going on here. Everybody sucks. And you can see this right here. Look at the inflation. Look at the inflation. Which party do white non-college voters trust more in inflation? Despite Trump's absolutely devastating decline, going down to what was that, a 60-point switcheroo? On inflation, the Republican Party is still trusted more by 16 points. So even if Trump isn't liked, it's not all of a sudden like the Democrats are all of a sudden trusted on this.
Everybody sucks. Everybody sucks. But even non-whites trust, in other words, BIPOCs trust the Republican Party more on the economy than Democrats. Democrats are losing, coming and going. It is a beautiful thing. And I think the reason why they're going to continue to lose is because we're finding out more and more what their agenda is really about. We're finding out what's motivating them. We're finding out what they value. And what the Democrats value, what the socialists and the radicalized left, the Marxists value, is not American values. This is what it's coming down to. And I believe that once President Trump starts to kick in with that war chest and they really cherry pick who they're going to go after, to get in and go after to get out, I think we're going to be very pleased with the historical shift that happens in this next midterm election. Now, coming up, more evidence of what I'm talking about here. The DSA are communists that are out to destroy your family. We heard from Al Saeed earlier in the show, but you got to hear from some of these people who are on the ground pushing the agenda. That will be right after the news. You are listening to the Conservative Circus, 550 KFYI, 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app.
The name to remember? Mark Kia. Mark Kia. See our full inventory at markkia.com now.
Buying a house comes with enough expenses already, so how about keeping $600 to $800 in your pocket? Lund Mortgage will pay for the appraisal on qualifying purchase transactions that close with them. Restrictions may apply. Call Lund Mortgage at 623-875-9940 or visit lundmortgage.com.
The Mazda More to Move You sales event is going on now at Mark Mazda in Scottsdale.
If you run a business and need to get your message to your next customers fast, nothing is faster than audio with iHeart. Let us help you reach the audience you need to grow your business at the speed of sound at iHeartAdvertising.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. No required subscriptions, no trial periods, no surprise charges, no monthly fees. iHeartRadio is different. It's 100% free. Download the iHeartRadio app now.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Republic Monetary Exchange Studio, this is KFYI Phoenix, KYOT HD2 Phoenix, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Speaking out after officers are arrested. From the 550 KFYI newsroom, I'm Matt Mattinson. Phoenix Police Chief Matt Giordano is reacting to the arrests and fires of 2 officers. Speaking to Fox 10, Giordano called the case shocking.
The minute I found out about this, I pulled them off of patrol, sent them home so they could do no further harm. We opened up a criminal and an internal affairs investigation immediately. I chose to maintain that investigation in-house because I can control the timeline.
He added that the department is now taking steps to regain the public's trust. Luis Vasquez Jr. and Antonio Felix were arrested and fired for their alleged involvement in the traffic stop with a couple in Tempe on August 5th. An East Valley man has been arrested on 8 felony and misdemeanor charges for allegedly burglarizing the Mesa Arts Center with his 10-year-old son in tow. Police say 31-year-old Gene Zintz and his son entered the building last Wednesday and stole more than $7,000 worth of jewelry from 2 galleries inside the building. Police say they returned to the building building the next day to recover a water bottle they left behind, and that's when police made the arrest. The stolen jewelry has been recovered, and police say Zins has admitted their involvement in the burglary. President Trump is pondering changing the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America as the trade war between the United States and Canada continues. He wrote on Truth Social that his administration is giving serious thought to the move since, quote, we don't expect to doing much business with Ontario any longer. Now a look at your money. The Dow is currently up 47 points to 53,464. Let's take a look at our drive around town with 550 KFYI traffic.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
Double trouble on I-10 westbound. You've got a wreck at the Elliott off-ramp. It's going to be blocking that right lane. Then down the road at Baseline, a collision off right. Watch for a crash 51 southbound near Indian School Road and another collision on the 60. This one's eastbound right near the Loop 101. Stay left to get by. If you have a traffic tip, call 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Hastings & Hastings.
I'm David Hastings for Hastings & Hastings. I'll never understand why attorneys charge 1/3 or more to handle your accident case. Our discount fee is only 29%. That's Hastings & Hastings.
Call Hastings & Hastings.
From the Weather Center, here's Fox 10's Crystal Ortiz.
Expect a hot one. The forecast high climbing to 114 degrees this afternoon, which should set a record for the date. Plenty of sunshine, dry conditions. And as we head into tonight, very little relief with a forecast low temperature of 90 degrees.
97 right now in Phoenix. Your next news at 9:27 on News Talk 550 KFYI. Guaranteed Human.
The Democrat Socialists of America are not hiding their agenda anymore. They're telling you exactly what they believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, welcome to the Conservative Circus with James T. Harris.
My friends, if you believe in faith, family, and freedom, you better start paying attention to what the socialists, the Democrat Socialists of America, who are really Marxists, what they really want. For years, we've been told not to worry about the Democrat Socialists of America. They're just activists, we're told. They're young idealists.
They're fringe.
Right. Really? Then why do so many of their ideas keep showing up in the Democrat Party? Why do their policies keep finding their way into our schools, our city councils, or even Congress? Here's the part that ought to concern every American. They have been remarkably honest about what they believe. I mean, almost to like on a religious level. And listen to their own words. You'll hear them describe the traditional family not as something to strengthen, but as something that stands in the way of their vision. They view the family as competing source of authority, a place where parents' faith and tradition shape children instead of the government or the movement. That's why they consistently push policies that weaken parental authority, diminish the role of fathers, sexualize children at a younger age, and replace family values with political ideology.
Oh, James, you're just making a mountain out of a molehill.
I am not.
You are going to extremes.
I am not.
The DSA has not stated any of those goals.
Are you sure?
They just want to make sure. See, this is part of. You're just acting from a place of white privilege, sir.
Well, I'm black. So explain that then, Mr. That reminds me of a video.
Wait.
Aaron sent me a video.
Wait, you're black? I have worked with you for all these years. I never knew.
Aaron sent me a video of these two white dudes. Was it in the South? In some attic cleaning out, some attic complaining
like
about
HVAC technicians.
White privilege. Look at this white privilege just sweating. This is dripping off me. They're sweating like a yeah, white privilege.
But you don't have any proof that the DSA wants to destroy the American family, James.
Here are some videos that surfaced from a DSA meeting. We suspect it was during the time of COVID because they're all wearing a mask. So you have to listen very carefully.
This is a convention. This is like the DSA getting together to talk about their views.
Here is what they think about the family.
But what we actually mean is the nuclear family as an economic unit, right? As a unit that manages your material realities in the world, right? The way we live now, who your parents are, who you partner with, how many children you have, and how those children turn out to be are all economic conditions, right? Like they determine how much access to food, housing, clothing, education you're gonna have. It determines in many ways, like mediates your relationship with the state, in some cases with your employer. So when we talk about family abolition, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the abolition of that economic unit. For me, that liberatory horizon is to say it is a horizon in which kinship and care are, in which all of our material needs are taken care of by the collective. Right?
The collective.
And so it doesn't actually matter who you partner with. You can fall in love with anyone, and you don't have to wonder what their salary is on your second date, and whether you're actually you're about to fall in love with someone who has $150,000 in student loan debt.
James, Joe Biden tried to tell love is love. James.
Love is love, Joe.
Love is love.
Love is love. You don't have to worry about. You don't worry about that.
You
can go have sex or procreate with anybody because it's the community that's going to be raising your children. See, this is why we need to get rid of the whole mother, father, children, that unit. That nuclear family needs to be dissolved. We need to dissolve that.
I believe they put it bluntly in, "Oh, brother, where art thou?" My mama says you ain't bona fide. You don't have to worry about them qualifications to be the paterfamilias.
You don't have.
You can be a deadbeat broke ass.
They're talking about you don't have to worry about the guy you're sleeping with, how much money he's making. It's not. They're not going to take care of you anymore. It's the collective that's going to take care of you. This is why we have to destroy the family.
Love will keep us together.
Pork and beans and love. Here's another cut from this DSA convention. Listen to this very carefully. This is disturbing.
On that revolutionary horizon, want to perform abortions out of church, but before it's all said and done.
The only real difference between marriage and prostitution is the price and the duration of the contract.
We can fight for family abolition. We can imagine family abolition because we have seen Black women do it. Because we have seen these indigenous communities do it.
Okay, cue that up for me one more time.
The first part there. Did he just say that they want to be able to have abortions in places of worship?
On that revolutionary horizon, want to perform abortions out of church, but before it's all said and done.
They want to have abortions at churches before it's all said and abortions at churches, desecration of the family and the house of worship. That's what they're talking about.
On that revolutionary horizon, want to perform abortions out of church, but before it's all said and done.
Well, they do worship Planned Parenthood like it's a church.
Well, they do.
So, but then wait, after that, then the next one, did I hear that right? Did she equate marriage to prostitution?
The only real difference between marriage and prostitution is the price and the duration of the contract.
The price and duration of the contract. That's the only real difference between marriage and prostitution.
So what you're telling me is Jed York is cool. He was just engaged. It's no different what Jed York was doing in East Palestine, Ohio, paying $140 at a trailer park was no different than marriage.
That's what she's saying.
Price and duration of the contract.
That's what the socialists are saying here.
Oh.
They're equating marriage to what he did in the trailer park.
That's not it at all. I don't think they understand what a marriage is.
Maybe they do, and they're trying to destroy it.
The only real difference between marriage and prostitution is the price and the duration of the contract.
Right. I mean, this they're telling you what they believe. They're telling you what they believe. You need to listen and understand that this is the agenda that they are implementing.
We can fight for family abolition. We can imagine family abolition because we have seen Black women do it. Because we have seen these indigenous communities do it.
This is the one that gets me. We can fight for abolition of the family because we've seen Black women do it.
They're basically saying that the struggle of single motherhood in the Black community is something that we should emulate.
That's exactly what they're saying, because they properly recognize that not only the single motherhood destroys the family, but you could also apply this to their view on abortion. Go back to the earlier comment. They want to have abortions in the church. We've seen how black women have destroyed their families through single parenthood and through abortion. So we know it can be done. This is what the rest of society needs to do. This is what this woman is saying.
You don't have to worry about if your mate has a good job and can provide for you and the family if all you got to do is go down to the First Baptist Church of whatever to get the abortion. And then if you don't want to have the abortion, that's okay. You can just be a single mom. It's all right.
And Margaret Sanger would be saying amen to that, because this is why she formed Planned Parenthood. She wanted the black ministers. She said if we get the black ministers, on board with this, we'll be able to care. They'll do it to themselves.
Yeah, but if you have a kid, it doesn't really belong to you anyway, according to DSA, right?
Of course. Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying. They're saying that it doesn't even belong to them.
Because children don't have rights as individuals, but only in relation to their parents, they essentially only have the rights given to them by whomever their parents happen to be. So if you were born into a home headed by a Christian fundamentalist tyrant, for instance, you have the rights that that Christian fundamentalist tyrant gives you.
Just from my own personal experience, growing up in rural Ohio, and also now as a new mom, I see the way that so many women and so many new mothers are getting sucked into conservatism. We see this wellness to MAHA to MAGA pipeline. I see it playing out in real time with people that I went to school with. And I see it happening not only with white women, but with black women, with Arab women. Really concerning to see women that I grew up with buying into this fully. So how do we disrupt that pipeline and
disrupt that pipeline
and mothers into our movement?
Okay, we have to talk about this. We're gonna have to let this one breathe a little bit.
They really want to destroy the family.
They're telling you this. They're telling you this. They're not making any bones about it. But this whole part, she talked about what the true enemy is here. We're gonna break this down. Coming up next. You can almost always find somebody willing to do your roof cheaper. But here's the question. What exactly are they leaving out to make it cheaper? At Keiko Roofing, they don't compete by cutting corners. They compete on doing the job correctly, using top-grade materials, experienced crews, and making sure the proper insurance is in place. That's how Keiko has become one of the Valley's premier and most trusted roofers, serving Arizona homeowners for more than 32 years under the same family ownership. With the monsoons here, this is no time to gamble on your roof. If you know you have a problem or even think you might, call Keiko Roofing now for your free roof checkup, because the cheapest roofing job can become awfully expensive when you have to pay somebody else to do it again. Keiko handles residential and commercial repairs, recoating, and complete re-roofing with flexible financing options available. Your roof protects everything underneath it. Don't shop for cheap, shop for quality. Keiko Roofing, they're crazy about quality. Just visit KeikoRoofing.com and be sure to tell them James T sent you.
From the Bills Pest and Termite Traffic Center.
An accident Glendale Avenue at El Mirage Road blocks the intersection. Avoid heavy delays. Take an alternate route. Also a crash on I-10, the Maricopa Freeway westbound near Baseline. That's going to be off to the right. And a collision on Pima Loop 101 southbound near Rio Salado Parkway. That's going to be off right. Slowing is from McKellips. Approach with caution. And if you have a traffic tip, call the tip line 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Casino Arizona, uniquely Arizona.
Salt River Rewards at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Earn points for play and purchases, redeem for cash, resort perks, and more. Join and get up to $25 in free play. Visit saltriverrewards.com to get started. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-NEXT-STOP.
The midterms. Check in for the latest.
The contest between common sense versus communism.
With communism, everything turns to shit.
As November nears.
We're going to crush their souls.
No, I don't think so.
Elections do have consequences. Stay up to date with 550 KFYI.
I was
in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner & Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
You've thought about moving some of your IRA into gold. Most people have. Here's what stops them. They think it's complicated. It's not. Golden Crest Metals moves existing IRA and 401k money into physical gold and silver every day. Tax and penalty free. Featured on Fox Business and CNBC. Plus, receive up to $25,000 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. Call 888-447-7857. That's 888-447-7857. Not a financial advisor. Precious metals involve risk. Free silver offer is a 10% bonus in silver on qualifying purchases of premium mintage coins. $10,000 minimum purchase required. Bonus silver capped at $25,000 and credited to customer account. See goldencrestmetals.com for full terms.
Our valley's unique climate means your trees, plants, shrubs, and gardens need special care. Nobody knows better the TLC they require than Brian Whitfield. Listen to the Whitfield Garden Show, now on Saturdays, 7 to 9 a.m. on 550 KFYI.
Arizona summers are no joke. Triple-digit temperatures in monsoon season put your air conditioner through the ultimate test. When your AC needs help, trust the experts at Parker & Sons. Their trust-certified technicians are available 24/7 for repairs, maintenance, and new system installations to keep your home cool and comfortable all season long. Visit parkerandsons.com today or call 602-2-REPAIR to schedule your service. That's parkerandsons.com or 602-2-REPAIR.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. Drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Walk into any of the 5 convenient Valley stores in Glendale, Gilbert, Goodyear, Ahwatukee, or Scottsdale.
Hello, Arizona. This is your Congressman Paul Gosar. My top priority is serving you. Whether you need help with a VA claim, Social Security, Medicare, the IRS, or any other federal issue, my team and I are here to cut through the red tape and get you the answers. From passport delays to getting answers from the IRS, we're here to help. We can even connect you to a great tours of the Capitol if you're visiting Washington, D.C. this fall or winter. Please call my office or visit my website at gosar.house.gov to learn more. I'm honored to represent you in Washington, D.C., paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Do you feel trapped by your low interest rate? 25 years of payments left and you'd like to move, but you can't afford with the current interest rates? Then you need to check out the Life Changer loan where you can pay off in just a few short years without changing a dime of spending habit, regardless of the rate environment. You see, when you can do your banking inside your mortgage, it's not about the rate, it's about cash flow. It's not magic. It's just math. So learn more at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
My kids were saying, why didn't you do this at the old house? And we lived with you.
Your neighbors have a lot to say about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation, like Beth.
In our old house, we just had the old concrete flooring in the garage and it's so dirty. And I decided when we built this new home that I was going to be doing our garage floors and our back patio right off the top. And of course, Galaxy was the quote I went with.
And Galaxy's not epoxy. It's 4 times stronger.
Some of the things that were the deciding factors was Galaxy's lifetime warranty. That's huge. I was surprised that not everyone offered that.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is UV resistant with no yellowing and 4 times stronger than epoxy.
The Galaxy crew was amazing. They were so clean. They picked up after themselves. I can't say enough about them.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook.
And the movers even commented. And the movers say they see lots of these floors. So they really liked it and asked us who we used, and I told them we used Galaxy.
We are out of this world.
Got pests? Call Blue Sky Pest Control. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, pests.
This is Sarah Spain with the latest from iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by iHeartAdvertising.com.
On Monday night, for the first time in the short history of the Golden State Valkyries franchise, Coach Natalie Nicase's team beat the Minnesota Lynx. Chechi Zandalasini put up 18 points. Gabby Williams added 15, and the Valkyries soundly defeated the league's best team 80-66. Lynx still have a healthy lead on the Valks in the standings, though. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again, because people are listening to radio more today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeartRadio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, even social. Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
The countdown to the new NFL season is on.
And now, all 32 in-market local teams can be heard on the free iHeartRadio app.
He's in! That's a jet touchdown! Just open the app and search your favorite team.
Plus, Fox Sports Radio breaks it all down
as we get closer to week 1.
It's crazy, and it's fun.
Join the conversation and stay locked in. Live, local games with you all season long.
Download the iHeartRadio app.
Search NFL and press play.
Hey, it's Garrett Lewis. You have to hear an Arizona County attorney defend a female hospital patient getting sexually abused. I start today at 4 on KFYI.
You are listening to the Conservative Circus, 550 KFYI, 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app, streaming live on YouTube at 550 KFYI. We are talking about the plans of the socialists. They're telling you right out loud. They're not trying to hide it. They're telling you that they're anti-family. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is the Communist Manifesto playing out in 2026.
And the far left used to have to hide it. They used to have to get creative with the language. They would, you'd give them an inch and they'd try and sneak in a mile. The Green New Deal gets repackaged as the Inflation Reduction Act. And now they're just out and outright emboldened to say what they want to do. We want abortions in churches. We want parents to not have any rights.
Whether it's Marx, Engels, Lenin, Mao, any of these regimes that followed them, the family was viewed as an obstacle to building the new socialist, society. Parents become secondary, not necessary. The state became the primary, the collective. And now here we are in America watching many of these same ideas dressed up in modern language, about equity.
Isn't it interesting that the three things that really promote individual freedom and protect that freedom, God, family, and guns, are the three things that the DSA wants to get rid of the fastest?
Get rid of the family. Here, one of these socialists, she told you what the problem is. The problem is conservatism. The problem is MAGA.
I see the way that so many women and so many new mothers are getting sucked into conservatism. You see this wellness to MAHA to MAGA pipeline. I see it playing out in real time with people that I went to school with. And I see it happening not only with white women, but with black women, with Arab women. Really concerning to see women that I grew up with buying into this fully. So how do we disrupt that?
How do we disrupt?
And bring some of these women and mothers into our movement?
How do you disrupt it? How do you bring women and mothers into your movement?
There's no coincidence that we're playing this audio right now where nationally the attention is captivated on this Lindsay Clancy trial, where she, by her own admission, killed her 3 children and faces murder charges. But not only is her defense team and she arguing that it wasn't murder because she was suffering from postpartum psychosis, you have throngs of women outside the courtroom lobbying on her behalf, posing with selfies of her defense team like he's a national hero. Because according to the left, children are not a blessing from God. They are an inconvenience that you have to endure. and your life would be better off if you could just kill them. Pre-birth and now apparently post-birth.
You're absolutely right. That's what's chilling about what we're watching. These women dressed up in pink doing a little love sign as the defendant's going back and forth to court to her lawyers. They're cheering the lawyers. This is sick, demonic stuff, but this is the stuff of the left.
This is the Democrat Socialists of America. This is the same party that Abdul El-Sayed is a member of, who earlier in the show played on his interview with Jesse Waters that has gone viral, defending the right for minors to undergo gender transformers, altering their lives forever under the false guise of gender-affirming care.
So you think it's okay for a parent to slash his kid's thing-a-ling off? You think that's okay?
I mean, do you really want to have this conversation? Are you circumcised?
Oh?
Yeah, but I mean, that's a
Jesse,
personal question.
Okay.
Doctor.
So you probably should want to move on.
Is circumcision's different than castration?
I think it's a problem. It's a problem that you think that you get to decide what happens between a parent, a doctor, and a patient. And I'm just saying that, yes, circumcision is surgery on a kid's ding-a-ling.
That's crazy.
Okay.
That's insane.
Okay. Circumcision, listen, let's be technical, is the removal of the foreskin of a male's penis. That's usually done at birth or within moments after birth.
Right.
And there are debates about whether males should be circumcised or not. But that's a far cry different from putting a prepubescent child on puberty blockers to block the natural process of puberty, to keep a boy from becoming a man or a girl from becoming a woman for your sick, deranged fantasy that your girl is somehow going to be a man or vice versa.
The DSA woman was asking, what do we do to keep women away from MAGA, to keep women away from wanting to be part of a nuclear family, to keep women away from God? Well, the answer is mass delusion. The answer is liberalism. The answer is Marxism. And what we're going through right now, what our country is going through right now, is something that is really terrifying. Personally, I think it's right out of Romans chapter 1. God has just given us over to our own evil desires because we have just, been rejecting the truth for so long. Okay, you have it your way. So now what do you have? A woman killing her 3 children, no concern whatsoever. No mourning, no marching for the 3 innocent lives that have been lost. No. Sympathy and cries for justice for the mother who slaughtered her children. And you mentioned the new abortion law that just passed here, where you can
Massachusetts,
infanticide basically.
Basically, you're allowing an abortion up to the moment of birth.
But I have another chilling example of just how deceived we have become as a nation. I'll have it for you. Coming up next. Have you protected yourself and your family with silver, the next generational metal? If not, now may be the time to take a serious look. Citi, one of the world's largest banks, is forecasting silver could hit $75 in the near term and $90 within the next 6 to 12 months. Why? Well, my friends at Republic Monetary Exchange have been telling you about soaring industrial demand, from solar panels to massive build-out of AI data centers. But now Citi is also pointing to recovering investment demand, while the silver market is expanded to remain in deficit for a 7th consecutive year in 2027. Think about that. Growing industrial demand, returning investment demand, limited supply, and a precious metal with thousands of years of monetary history, silver may offer both opportunity and protection. Call or stop by Republic Monetary Exchange today. That's where I get my silver, on Camelback, just east of 40th Street in Phoenix. Call 602-682-GOLD or visit rmegold.com.
Phoenix Police Chief Matt Giordano is reacting to the arrests and firing of 2 officers. Speaking to Fox 10, Giordano called the case shocking. He added that the department is now taking steps to regain the public's trust. Luis Vasquez Jr. and Antonio Felix were arrested and fired for their alleged involvement in the traffic stop with a couple in Tempe on August 5th. Tempe police say their detectives are working hard to identify victims after an employee at Corona del Sol High School was arrested and charged with using the campus security system to watch and download videos of female students while they changed clothes. Anthony Cruz is facing 7 felony counts of voyeurism after he was arrested over the weekend. Police say the school set up a room for students to change their clothes while the locker room was being renovated. The trade war between the U.S. and Canada is escalating. Today, Canada announced tariffs of up to 50% on over 700 American goods that will go in place on September 8th. The country will double tariffs on U.S. steel and aluminum to 50% to match the same rate the U.S. charges. It comes after President Trump announced tariffs on imports of cars, trucks, and auto parts from Canada will increase to 50% starting January 1st. Mountain Dew fans can now smell like their favorite soda. Men's grooming company Duke Cannon has teamed up with Mountain Dew for a line of products. And now let's check your traffic.
From the DeGreen Private Wealth Traffic Center.
Dunlap remains closed eastbound between 35th Ave and 34th for police activity, and police activity has closed Dunlap westbound between 35th Ave and 39th. There's a hazmat fire that is currently in effect on Litchfield north of County Route 85 Main Street in the Goodyear area, and a crash on Loop 303 southbound at Bell. And if you have a traffic tip, call the tip line 602-374-6300.
This report is sponsored by Precision Air and Plumbing.
Hello, everybody. I'm Eric Bryan. At Precision Air and Plumbing, we're celebrating America's 250th The Precision Way with $2,500 off the new AC unit, 0% financing for 60 months, and the Valley's only 10-year workmanship warranty. Make the Precision decision today.
Guys, if you want the greatest night of your life, then you gotta hear this. There's a great ED pill out, and it's from the makers of Viagra. It's their ED pill called Viagra AGV, and it's unbelievable. It works super fast, in as little as 12 minutes, and lasts up to 12 hours. Plus, it's FDA approved and safe. Viagra AGV crushes every other ED pill. And 9 out of 10 urologists now recommend this sensational new super pill over any other. Go to scoreblue.com while supplies last. Scoreblue.com. Viagra AGV is available only at scoreblue.com by prescription, no doctor visit.
My name is Amanda Klutz, and I'm a widow. You enter a different reality when you lose your husband, especially as a parent. Life insurance doesn't fix it, but it helps. With Ethos, you can get covered in minutes. No medical exams, up to $3 million in coverage, and it's all online.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The name to remember? Mark Kia. Mark Kia. See our full inventory at markkia.com now.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart. Flowers eventually wilt, greeting cards end up hidden in a drawer, but imagine giving someone special a meaningful song written just for them. Their unique story, their best memories, their favorite moments, all turned into a beautiful song they'll want to listen to again and again. Whether it's for an anniversary, birthday, wedding, or just because, SmileTunes creates truly special gifts that they will never ever forget. Visit SmileTunes.com and don't just say I love you, sing it with SmileTunes.
Here's something you may not know. Only 14% of cancers in the U.S. are caught through routine screening. Prenuvo's whole body MRI may help close that gap. Screening for over 500 conditions, including most solid tumors, all in under an hour. Prenuvo's blood panels also test over 80 biomarkers for a deeper understanding of your health. No radiation, no contrast. Book your scan at Prenuvo.com. That's Prenuvo.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner & Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
In Arizona, they said need to paint like every 6 years. And I said, that's crazy.
Phoenix, make it the summer that you stop painting. Do what Brian did. He called Rhino Shield.
It's a ranch-style house. 3 sides are a sheathing. It's the wood sheathing that got coated with Rhino Shield.
And get this, Rhino Shield's formulated for our specific climate right here in Phoenix.
Rhino Shield, they talk about like an R13 insulation value. Another way to reduce the air conditioning bill. I think it's a really good investment and will be well worth it.
And right now, you can have the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price.
I had to live in the house for about 20 years, and you guys warranty your product. I don't have to worry about it.
Rhino Shield, backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. So stop throwing your money away on ordinary paint. Here's owner Jim Williams.
This offer is limited, so call me at 855-4U-RHINO. That's 855-4, the letter U, Rhino.
Go Rhino!
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Free shouldn't come with a catch. With iHeartRadio, it doesn't. No monthly fees, no trial periods. Radio, music, podcasts. Download the free iHeartRadio app now.
The Mazda More to Move You sales event is going on now at Mark Mazda in Scottsdale.
This is a sound of trouble. Buried in the underground, termites. After the storm, the clay soil turns cool. They begin their insidious move to make your home their meal. With 17 different types of termites, it takes special expertise to properly identify the species and eradicate. This is why other pest control companies recommend us to their customers and why we have great customer reviews. Rain is a termite's calling card. Yours is BillsTermitesCO.com.
550 KFYI. Stay informed. Stay ahead. Guaranteed human.
You are listening to the Conservative Circus 550 KFYI 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app, also streaming live on YouTube at 550 KFYI.
Programming alert if you're listening to 550 KFYI or 790 KNST today. You're going to want to make sure you tune in at about 12:05 Arizona time. Clay and Buck are going to be talking to trans activist and would-be WNBA first overall pick Enes Kanter-Freedom about his ongoing battle for women's rights in the WNBA.
You know, the battle we're in today isn't just over taxes or elections. It's a battle over who raises your children, who shapes their values, and who ultimately has authority over the next generation. And what we're seeing right now is we have a bunch of women who are absolutely screwed up, women and men. We've got a new socialist Marxist movement. But something's more disturbing. We're now to the point where we have total disregard for the most innocent among us. After years of fighting, we now are at the point where we have states that are passing abortion laws that you can get abortion, on your due date. We've got a case right now where a mother kills 3 children, and it looks like you've got a huge movement. They've already raised $1 million on GoFundMe, for her defense. We're dealing with a mass delusion, with a complete, utter disrespect for life.
One of the tenets of socialism, from each according to their ability to each according to their need, who needs more than children, than the unborn? But they just do away with that. Their premise falls completely flat.
Isn't that funny? I mean, that's one of their tenets, you're right, and it's the one that's ignored the most. They can't have that be true and honor the family, because that's going to undercut them. So they just say that. That's flowery language, but in reality, they're for undercutting and destroying the family.
We're just asking mothers and parents to do their fair share in raising the next generation. Yeah. See, we turn the angle. But right. No, it's children are an inconvenience. Family is an inconvenience, because if you don't have allegiance to family, you must be allegiant to the state then.
On that note, listen to this mother justifying her abortion.
Got the abortion because I loved my baby, and I could not see a better way to love my baby and to protect my baby from a childhood in a world that would not be kind to it, that I could not. I knew that whatever protection I could give my baby was most likely going to be insufficient.
You killed your baby because you love your baby. You love your baby too much to bring her into a world where you wouldn't be able to provide for her, wouldn't be sufficient. So out of that concern, you killed your baby. That's delusional. That's being deceived. And, God be with her when she ever comes to her senses, if the scales fall off her eyes, because that is a lie. A life was lost, and now the lie is trying to justify it, but it's nonsensical. Someone left a comment on the comment section of YouTube that I think it fits into this as well. You've got evidence of lives destroyed because they transitioned as children. We interviewed Chloe Cole, who had a riveting story about this.
Well, her story in a nutshell, it was I think the podcast still exists. It was several years ago. We talked to her, and she is now a trans activist in terms of she goes around the country to lobby for state legislators to prevent gender reassignment surgery for minors because she endured that hell and tried to go. Her story was she was victim to the over-sexualization of Instagram. She was tomboyish. Mm-hmm. She realized that, she didn't fit the Kardashian model of womanhood. She thought that meant because she was prepubescent at the time, that meant she must be trapped in a boy's body. She told her parents. Her parents thought they were doing the right thing. They went to speak to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist, in a matter of 2 visits, told her parents, your child is transgender, and if you don't get the gender reassignment surgery, she'll kill herself.
She got the gender reassignment surgery, and not long afterwards realized...
Nobody told her, she claims nobody told her during the process that she didn't realize she would never be a mother. She would never develop breasts. She didn't really understand what she was going through.
And then she described what she's going through right now on a daily basis as far as scarring, as far as surgeries, as
permanent
far as
bleeding.
Right. This is table scissors. Table scissors on YouTube. Said they treat the detransition community like they do not exist, silencing their voices and warnings or life experiences, and offer zero medical assistance. That is the evil that these people do. That is the delusion that is being, that is spreading throughout our culture. That's why we pray for this country every Friday afternoon. Maybe we should just do it every day. Coming up next. We have a police chief who lost his mind. Lost his mind. I'll tell you why. Stay tuned. But owning a home is cool and all, but the part where, now you pay for everything, it's your problem, that's not cool. And without home warranty, you could pay thousands to repair or replace appliances and home systems like your AC and plumbing. But with an America Home Shield warranty, you can help protect your wallet from pricey breakdowns. If AHS can't repair the covered item, they'll replace it, no matter how old it is. Don't let unexpected bills wreck your budget. America Home Shield, don't worry, be warranty. See ahs.com/contracts for coverage details, including limit amounts, fees, limitations, and exclusions.
I will buy a WNBA franchise. My team will be trans. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. We will not lose a single game. Today at 10, 550 KFYI on iHeartRadio.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
If you have great credit but still in a traditional mortgage, then you will most likely spend 25 years longer in debt than you have to. Learn about the Life Changer loan where you can do your banking inside of your mortgage, where the average client pays off their home in just 5 years and saves over $250,000 in interest and keeps 24/7 access to their equity. The future of banking and mortgage is here. It's not magic. It's just math. So learn more at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Personal mortgage broker number MB1002031 NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp. An equal housing lender.
When it comes to supplements, 2 things matter most. A, that it works, and that you can trust it. Rather than just tell you about Relief Factor, we'll let our audience do that. We hear from people every single day whose lives have changed, and I want you to hear a few of their stories. Doug took Relief Factor for nearly a year before convincing his wife, a special needs teacher, to try it. She had been using assistance just to move through the long hallways at school. Now she's back on her feet every day and never had to leave the job that she loves. I remember when buttoning my shirt was almost impossible, but Relief Factor changed how I'm able to do it and the simple things again. And they make it really easy now for you to find out if you can be the next person that's telling us about Relief Factor and how it gave you your life back. 3 weeks, $17.76. Try it. ReliefFactor.com, 800-4RELIEF. You'll connect with their friendly local team, and they'll do everything they can to help. We hope you soon will be sharing your story with us as well. ReliefFactor.com.
If you're tired of saying what every time someone talks to you, Here.com can change your life. The Horizon IX hearing aids were created with top German engineers. Tiny, practically invisible, and built with dual processing technology for crystal clear speech understanding. Over 670,000 people trust Here.com, and you can try them for a 45-day no-risk trial. Go to Here.com, that's HEAR.com, or call 844-HEAR-300. That's 844-432-7300.
Take action for your retirement. Call Golden Crest Metals, 888-447-7857.
From the Whitfield Nurseries Weather Center.
Another warm up today with a high reaching 113 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear and 89 for your low. Tomorrow, even hotter, 114 the high. Then closing out Wednesday evening with mostly clear skies and a low of 90. I'm Matt Mattinson, 550 KFYI.
This report is sponsored by Ace Cooling Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Before Arizona heat turns unbearable, get your AC ready with Ace Cooling Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Call Ace today at 602-536-4475 for a free estimate, or visit them online at acehomeaz.com.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to BeBigNow.org.
Make us your #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app.
When I get out of my car, boom, I just put on the app.
News Talk 550 KFYI.
You are listening to the Conservative Circus 550 KFYI 790 KNST, the free iHeartRadio app, streaming live on YouTube 550 KFYI. You know, before we get to the flock cameras, once you open up Pandora's box, once you head down the slippery slope.
Let's hear this woman again. I want to hear this woman again. You justifying why she did the right thing by having an abortion.
Not the abortion, because I loved my baby and I could not see a better way to love my baby and to protect my baby from a childhood in a world that would not be kind to it, that I could not, I knew that whatever protection I could give my baby was most likely going to be insufficient.
She's delusional.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If we can use that logic for why it is okay to abort an unborn child, I can't take care of my baby. I don't have the financial wherewithal to take care of my baby. I can't provide it with a great life. What's to stop society from saying, kill the homeless? They don't have the ability to take care of themselves. They don't have the ability, we don't have the ability to provide them with what we deem to be a great life.
I mean,
I mean, like, it's the same argument, right?
It is the same argument. That's why it's delusional. That is a perfect illustration of why this woman justifying killing her baby is delusional. What you just said. Yeah, once you head down the slippery slope, once you do that, all of a sudden, all of this is permissible. If it is not acceptable to go kill the homeless because they're helpless, I mean, the thought of them living in these conditions we have to, out of love, I love them so much, we must take their life. If that works for babies, it works for everybody. But you know what? It doesn't work for babies. Yet we are living in a culture, in a society that wants to accept this.
These are the same arguments the eugenics movement at the early 1900s used. We have to castrate the people that are mentally challenged, and which, by the way, was used to justify the poor. They're not capable.
Well,
we're doing the right thing.
What did Margaret Sanger call them? The undesirables, the mongrels of the race. That's how she justified it. And so, what again? And eugenicists, what are they? They're coming out of the left wing. They're coming out of socialism. They're coming out of center control center, communism.
We're building a better breed
central control.
Of human.
Yes, it's the same thing. This evil that we are confronting is not of flesh and blood, but the powers and principalities of darkness. That is Marxism. That's how it has always been, everywhere it's been implemented. Whether you're talking about China, whether you're talking about, who was that? Where was that? Where Pol Pot? Was that Vietnam? You're talking the killing fields, Cambodia. You're talking about wholesale slaughter. No value on life whatsoever. Whether you're talking about Hitler's Nazi Germany, or we have to get rid of the mongrels, and then it ended up in, 6 million plus Jews, homosexuals, whoever they didn't like. And now we have it here in America. And we laugh at it, or you have part of the left trying to protect it. Oh, El Said, the spread of Islam. You know what? Everybody should be free to practice religion as they want. You have your covenants or whatever. We have Sharia. No, sir, no. And then when you start listing what Sharia, allows, from grown men marrying girls, stuff that we reject. We rejected in this country when we respected God, when we respected Scripture, when we respected the values that this country was formed of. So now all of a sudden it's all open. Those are old-fashioned. You know what? We cannot expect anyone to hold to these values.
We are now witnessing.
I'm not going to impose upon you my beliefs.
We are now witnessing people cheering for and supporting a woman who did what might be the most heinous crime you can think of. She strangled for 12 plus minutes her own children because she had a mental break. And I feel for her with that. But we're acting like she did the right thing. These women are celebrating it. They want to see her freed because she had a bout of psychosis. She strangled 3 of her children.
I can't even.
This is,
And now they're coming up with all kinds of conspiracy theories. She didn't do it, actually. It was her husband that did it. I even saw one video where they worked their logic back to blaming Trump. I mean, we're talking about mass psychosis. We're talking about a part of our culture that has latched on to an evil that we just are not accustomed to. I am serious. This is what we're watching. You mentioned the woman who killed her kids. We're watching people cheer when a healthcare executive gets shot from behind in the streets of New York. We're watching people actually celebrate a man who got assassinated, a father, a husband, a father assassinated, and you have people cheering that. A year later, they're going to cheer the anniversary of Charlie Kirk's slaughter.
Well, watch, here we are coming up in, about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, on the 25th anniversary of 9/11. Watch how many people celebrate it this year. And I'm not talking about remembrance. I'm talking about people actively going out and publicly stating America got what it's deserved.
You mean like the Sean Pikers?
Mm-hmm. The Hassan Pikers, yes.
What did I say? Hassan Piker. You know what? Speaking of Hassan Piker, he is... He's under the immense. He's got the attention that he deserves right now, and he's starting to feel it.
This is the guy that went on his podcast. He's the Joe Rogan of the left. He has that much influence on the left, and called for the assassination of Rick Scott because he wanted to put an end to government-run health care.
Now he's starting to feel the pressure. He's starting to feel the scrutiny. Now he's concerned about his own safety.
The whole point is they're trying to get someone activated enough to come and kill me.
Oh.
Okay? That's it.
Who's they? They're trying to get people activated. All they're doing is playing your words, sir. All they're doing is repeating your hatred. And now all of a sudden you're afraid you're going to get assassinated?
It is so that it is a lesson for all to see and hear and acknowledge. There are certain forces you are not supposed to mess with in society. Okay? You're not supposed to go after corporate interests that hard. You're not supposed to go after Israel that hard. Your voices should never be heard. Because at the end of the day, I am simply a megaphone, okay? I am just a megaphone for your anger. I am just a platform for your frustrations. They obviously can't go after all of us. So what they're trying to do is take care of someone who is a large enough platform.
Sort of like how they did with Charlie Kirk. This is the guy who mocked Charlie Kirk just a few days ago. Now all of a sudden he's saying, they're putting this attention because they're trying to trigger someone to come after me.
Wait, did Iran threaten to kill Hassan Piker, or did I mistake that? Did I confuse Barron Trump with Hassan Piker?
Good point. Hey, we had a serious show today. I want to thank you all for hanging out.
We talked to a mine inspector.
My friends, Clay and Buck are next right after the news on 550 KFYI. It's 790 KNST.
Enos Cantor Freedom at noon.